Babatunde Fashola, SANCON. He is the chairman of the occasion. And all the way from Abuja, traversing Lagos to ensure that he joins us. Please join me to welcome the former Vice Chancellor, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Joseph E. Ahaneku, Fellow, Academy of Science. He is representing the Honorable Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, CON. Please, let's appreciate the Honorable Minister and his representative again. Your Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Uku Akpolokpolo Obaewai II, represented. He is the permanent Grand Patron of the Fund and Special Royal Father of the event. We welcome Your Royal Majesty. We welcome also very specially a distinguished alumnus who is the chief launcher, although he's not here physically. Please join me to welcome Mr. David Aluko, Director, Government, Federal Capital Relations Coronation Group, representing Mr. Aiboje Aig Imokwede, CFR, FCIB, Chief Launcher, sir. Welcome. We welcome Chief Dr. Charles Uwensuyi Edosoma, SAN, the Obasuyi of Benin Kingdom. Welcome, sir. He was one of the very special guests to arrive, Mr. Goody M. Ibru, OON. Welcome, sir. We thank you for coming. We welcome the Vice Chancellor, Igbinedion University, Okada, who is also the Chairman, Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu Ezemoye. Welcome, sir. Another illustrious alumnus, Dr. Godwin Ehigiamusoy, founder of Lapo Microfinance Bank, is represented by the president of Lapo, Faith Osazuwa Ojo, Esquire. Did I completely introduce Dr. Charles Uwensuyi Edosoma, SAN? He is the Obasuyi of Benin Kingdom and the first alumnus to be made SAN. First alumnus of our university to be conferred with the title of SAN. Thank you, Chief, for coming. As I said, we will take more recognitions. May I now invite the Director, Alumni Relations, Professor Edi Eragbe, to the microphone. Professor.
Good morning, very distinguished guests. I want to thank the digital PRO of our university, Dr. Hanire, that has already done the welcoming of our guests. It's now my own privilege to invite to the microphone a very distinguished alumnus of this university and a man that over the years has distinguished himself as a personality that once he sets his mind on something is always so determined to achieve it. It's therefore my privilege to invite the chairman, University of Benin Trust Development Fund, our own pastor, and most times not always put in his general introduction, but I'm aware that he has a PhD, honorary causa from Benson Idahosa University. So I'm inviting Pastor Dr. honorary causa Osagi A. Ezeyamu Esquire to please now welcome our guest by way of the opening address to this occasion. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
representative of His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, ably represented by no less a person than the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Honorable Yakubu Musa, the representative of the Honorable Minister of Education, who has been recognized, our chairman, and somebody that the University of Benin will always be proud of, former governor of Lagos State, former chief of staff before he became governor, a legal practitioner who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, former minister of works, but more importantly, an alumni of the University of Benin. And that's His Excellency Babatunde Fashola. Well done, sir. We are so glad to have you here. The Pro-Chancellor of the University of Benin, the Chancellor of the University of Benin and his wife, the representative of the Chief Launcher, the President worldwide of the Alumni Association, Secretary of the Board of Trustees and his wife and all other members who are here present, another ambassador of the University of Benin, one of the most senior chiefs in the Benin Kingdom, a scholar in his own right, a senior advocate of Benin, of Nigeria, and your Basui of Benin Kingdom, Chief Charles Onwesui Edoso. We are very proud of you. First senior advocate coming from the University of Benin. We are very proud of you. There are so many very distinguished ladies and gentlemen here, and more are on their way. More are on their way. A lot of them are coming by air, and there were some flight difficulties yesterday. So I believe that in the course of this program, many more will come. But I want to thank all of you for coming, and permit me to read this short address. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, Professor Edoba E. Omorige-san, member of the University Management, distinguished members of the University of Benin Trust Development Fund and Committee, representatives of government, distinguished alumni, corporate leaders, developmental partners, friends of the university, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor, humility, and a profound sense of responsibility that I welcome you to this historic occasion, the launch of the University of Benin Trust Development Fund and the commencement of our 100 billion mega launch. Today is far more than the unveiling of a fund. It is a defining moment in the history of our university, a moment when our generation accepts the responsibility of securing the future of one of Nigeria's foremost institutions of higher learning. Years from now, history will remember this gathering as the day vision met commitment, generosity became legacy, and collective aspiration began its transformation into enduring reality. For more than 5 decades, the University of Benin has stood as a beacon of academic excellence, innovation, and national service. It has produced distinguished scholars, professionals, innovators, entrepreneurs, public servants, and leaders whose contributions continue to shape Nigeria, Africa, and the wider world. More importantly, it has transformed countless lives by giving young men and women the opportunity to dream, learn, grow, and succeed. That enduring testament in human potential remains one of the institution's greatest contributions to our nation. Like the world's leading universities, our university must continue to evolve. While government support remains indispensable, the demands of 21st century higher education requires sustainable partnership with alumni, philanthropists, corporate organizations, foundations, and development partners. The University of Benin Trust Development Fund has therefore been established as a strategic platform to complement public investment, mobilize additional resources, foster innovation, strengthening partnership, and create sustainable pathway for institutional transformation. The 100 billion mega launch is more than a fundraising exercise. It is a declaration of confidence in the university's future and our collective determination to pursue excellence without compromise. Through this fund, we will strengthen teaching and learning, expand research capacity, modernize infrastructure, advance digital transformation, promote entrepreneurship, support innovation, enrich the student experience, and position the university among globally competitive institutions. Our vision extends beyond buildings and projects. It is about equipping young minds with the knowledge and skill to solve tomorrow's challenges, empowering researchers to make discoveries that improve lives, and ensuring that this institution continues to serve as a center of excellence for generations to come. This initiative is about responsibility, opportunity, and lasting impact. The question before us is not whether the university deserves our support. Its remarkable history has already answered that question. The real question is whether we will rise to the responsibility that history has placed upon us. If not now, when? If not us, who? Ladies and gentlemen, the future of higher education will be shaped by visionary leadership, strong partnership, and people who recognize that supporting education is an investment in the progress of society. The Trust Development Fund provides a credible, well-governed platform through which every stakeholder can contribute to that vision, whether through endowments, scholarship, research support, infrastructure, digital innovation, entrepreneurship, or strategic partnership. Every contribution will strengthen the university's capacity to educate, innovate, and serve. This initiative rests on one indispensable foundation: trust. As chairman of the University of Benin Trust Development Fund, I assure every donor, partner, alumnus, and friend of this great institution that the fund will be administered with the highest standards of transparency, accountability, integrity, and responsible stewardship. Every contribution entrusted to us will be managed prudently and directed towards measurable, lasting impact. Before I conclude, I wish to acknowledge with deep gratitude all those whose generosity has already given this initiative a strong beginning. Whether through financial contributions, pledges, strategic partnership, or other acts of support, your confidence in this fund has transformed an ambitious vision into a credible and promising reality. On behalf of the board and the university, I thank you most sincerely. I also wish to sincerely commend every member of the University of Benin Trust Development Fund and committee for the dedication, professionalism, creativity, and tireless effort invested in conceptualizing, planning, and delivering this landmark initiative. The success of today's event is a reflection of your commitment, teamwork, and unwavering belief in the future of our great university. Our profound appreciation also goes to His Excellency Professor Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFRO, for his continued commitment to education and human capital development, and to the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Olatunji Alausa, for his dedication to advancing higher education in our country. Let me especially acknowledge the Executive Governor of Edo State, His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebholo, for his commitment to advancing tertiary education in our state. Your administration's investment demonstrates a clear appreciation of the vital role higher education plays in driving development. Your Excellency, we respectfully invite you to extend this commitment to the University of Benin Trust Development Fund. Your support will help strengthen this important initiative and further enhance the university's capacity to deliver excellence in teaching, research, and innovation for generations to come. I pay special tribute to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Edoba B. Omorige-san, whose visionary leadership, steadfast support, and unwavering commitment have been instrumental in bringing this important initiative to fruition. To everyone who shares our belief in the transformative power of education, I extend an open invitation to become part of this enduring legacy. The opportunity before us is to shape the next chapter of this remarkable institution. The greatest legacy we can leave is not merely in the structures we build, but in the lives we transform, the discoveries we enable, and the leaders we prepare for tomorrow. The University of Benin has invested in generations of Nigerians. Today, it invites us to stand with it as partners in building the decades ahead. Together, we can expand opportunity, inspire innovation, and secure the enduring excellence of this great institution for future generations. Thank you, and may God continue to bless the University of Benin, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and every individual and organization that chooses to invest in the future through education. Thank you all.
I'm sure we can do better than that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, getting things to move. May I quickly recognize the Chairman of the Governing Council of our university, Professor Umaru Shuaibu. Welcome again, sir. Please put your hands together. The member representing the Honorable Minister of Education on the University's Council, Mr. Emmanuel Oshinaike, is also here. Welcome. Dennis Aigbe, a Deputy Registrar, is also a member of the Council, is here. Welcome. We welcome the President, Alumni Worldwide of the University, Emmanuel Oriazuwa, Esquire. Welcome, sir. Join me to welcome the very amiable wife of the Chairman of the BOT. In her capacity, she is the CMD, Chief Medical Director of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Professor Idia Nibokun Ize Iyamu. Welcome, ma'am. We welcome, in fact, he doesn't need any welcome. He's co-owner of the event, a man who truly directs the engine room of the TDF, Prince Richard Oma Ahono Aruogo, SAN. I'll quickly just acknowledge the presence of some principal officers of our university. The Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Chris Osubo, is here. Please stand for recognition. Welcome, sir. The Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Professor Chief Victor Igbeneweka, is also here. The Deputy Vice Chancellor Ekenwan Campus, Professor Buniami Nainde. The Registrar of the University, Binkpe Omoyiwola, is here. The Bursar, Mr. Osage Osifu. The Librarian, Professor Jane Abba. The Provost, College of Postgraduate Studies, Professor David Izeko is also here. All deans, all directors, you are duly recognized and acknowledged. We know him as the Daniel of our time. He dares, even when angels fear to tread. He makes no pretenses about it, that it means business, the business of making the difference as a vice-chancellor, whose name will reverberate several years after his tenure, even by this singular initiative of the launch of 100 billion naira development fund, the very first in the history of any university in Nigeria. Please join me with a resounding round of applause to welcome to the microphone the learned folk, our transformational, indefatigable, purpose-driven, admirably bold, with a clear vision, mission, and positivity mentality, Professor Edoba Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
That was most generous, and Dr. Yanire. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpewolo, here ably represented by my good friend, personal friend of mine, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Honorable Yakubu Musa, the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, CON, here also ably represented by a colleague of mine, a very senior colleague of mine, good friend of mine, Professor Joe Aneku, who is the former Vice Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, and has been recalled to continue to serve the Federal Republic of Nigeria in capacity of Vice Chancellor of the National University of Science and Technology, Abuja. Welcome, sir. Your Excellency, a distinguished alumni of this university, former Governor of Lagos State, former Minister of Works, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Chairman of this occasion, Babatunde Fashola, SAN, CON. You're welcome, sir. Our royal father, Omonobane do Kuakolokolo, Obaeware II, CFRO, has agreed to be the grand and permanent patron of this trust fund. The Pro Chancellor and Chairman of the University of Benin Governing Council, Professor Omaru Shuaibu, and members of the Governing Council here present. The Chief Launcher at this occasion, Mr. I. Gimokwede, here ably represented. Very celebrated and highly respected emerita professors of this university. Some of them are here. Principal officers, members of Senate, staff, alumni, students of the great University of Benin, friends of the university, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I obviously especially recognize the chairman of the trust funds, very especially in his own right, Pastor Osagie Andrew Izeyamu and his amiable wife. Today is a memorable day in the annals of our great university. as we unite in this noble assignment of mobilizing stakeholders to raise funds for accelerated, I want to emphasize that, accelerated and sustainable development of this great university. There's no doubt that our institution is blessed in all its ramifications. What we are doing today is leveraging on the advantages that we enjoy, including the enormous goodwill and support of the alumni, our partners, our friends, public-spirited persons, staff, and students, as well as parents. The University of Benin Trust Development Fund, UNIBEN TDF, is modeled after the global best practice for raising funds for universities. I'll just cite a good example, and that is what took place in about 1988, known as the Campaign for Oxford Trust, mounted by the University of Oxford, England. This fund is envisioned to address the huge funding pressures which are the results of increased enrollment into our university, leading to overstretched infrastructure. The funds to be raised today and subsequently are also expected to help the university to tackle issues of limited research financing in the face of the rapid technological advancement and transformations, among other pressing needs. The 100 billion naira target may appear ambitious. There's no doubt about that. When we consider, however, the importance of the ventures and the projects to be executed by the funds, it becomes a bounding responsibility on the part of stakeholders and friends of the university to contribute their quota to move our university from the present state of limited infrastructure, even obsolete infrastructure, if you permit me, to attain the transformational impact that we desire. Projects to be executed are expected to leverage on the public-private partnership model while preserving the academic objectives of teaching and research. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, it is on record that the University of Benin has produced over 350,000 graduates in the course of the past 56 years of its existence. And I've asked myself, if a modest 250,000 of these products donate at least 100,000 naira to this trust development fund, it will come to about 25 billion naira, which is already a quarter of the 100 billion naira which is our target. I'm a firm believer in the concept of everywhere you go, you have doors, not walls. And so I believe that this is doable, and we have set machinery in motion to realize this. I therefore call on all alumni and friends of our university to be intentional in their commitment, starting with all alumni in this auditorium today. You can also encourage your friends to support our efforts. And I assure you, as already mentioned by the chairman just now, that your goodwill will not be dissipated. I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria, and I want to plead with you to pardon me to a bit boastful about that. And the chairman of the occasion, former governor of Lagos State, a very serious-minded and a distinguished alumni, with all respect, across the country and even globally, is here today because of his belief in this venture. And I assure you that whatever single money you drop will be properly accounted for and transparently too utilized. And this is the pledge that I've made, and I want you to believe this because we also have on board a very serious-minded and distinguished Nigerian in the person of Pastor Sergei Zeyamu, who is going to be driving this effort. Pardon my digression. This fund launch is a strategic move to change the face of our university and place it in a higher pedestal of global reckoning. We are aware that this is the first university in this country to take this bold initiative and to follow this noble path. I want to especially commend the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, CON, for his visionary leadership and for energizing us in this direction. I want to say that when I took office as Vice Chancellor, I took a tour across the university. Everyone knows, those who have know the story here, that for about 7 years before I took office on 2nd December 2024, I was on national assignment as Director of Legislative Support Services at the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in Abuja. And so I didn't actually, I lost a bit of track on the state of affairs here when I took office. And so I decided to take a tour across the university, starting with the hostels. My heart was really broken. At the point that I even shed some silent tears, wondering how we could have a situation like this. I know that government has done its part, being very strong, providing resources, but I've mentioned to people that every single university created by government, reduces the fund that is available for the existing university. And of course, you know that I think UNIBEN was created and taken over by the federal government in 1975. We are just a handful of universities. Today, federal universities are almost about 100. Many of us don't even remember their names now. And so, with that situation, you have fewer and fewer funds coming from government. And I began to think, what do we do in the circumstance? And I began to engage with a lot of persons. And the idea of having a trust development fund such as we are launching today, was mooted. It was based on evidence, not just some kind of wishful thinking. And so we, went ahead to register the Trust Development Fund, CAC. That was last year. Surprisingly, even the Minister of Education had been thinking in that direction of ensuring that universities are able to mobilize stakeholders, friends, and just to galvanize people to come to the aid of public universities. Early this year, the minister convened a forum of pro-chancellors and vice-chancellors in Lagos and gave us a charge. It was at that moment that I picked up courage again to say, what I already had in mind, now that government has given us the endorsement to proceed, I cannot go ahead. So here you have it. That's why I'm especially recognizing the Honorable Minister for energizing us in this direction. Now, this current call demonstrates our belief that we can actually think outside the box to deliver on our objectives of continuous mobilization of resources to tackle immediate and long-term needs of the university. I commend all who have contributed and are contributing to the growth of our university by their generosity. Once again, I assure you that your sacrifices will not go unrewarded. We appeal to you to do more today and even after now. Projects sponsored by individuals and corporate bodies are veritable ways to immortalize their names and leave a mark for posterity. Finally, we encourage strong private and corporate collaborations in the execution of the proposed projects. Once again, we urge you to support this worthy and noble cause by your generous giving. By so doing, you'll be engraving your name as one of the persons who helped the University of Benin to actualize his potential as a truly great and world-class institution of excellence. I thank you all for listening. God bless you.
We thank God for giving us a visionary, indefatigable, indomitable, sagacious Vice Chancellor, our own Professor Bright Eduba Omorige, a very, very worthy alumnus of our university, the very first homegrown Vice Chancellor of our university. Please, let's again clap for him. Are getting me of the Faculty of Law. That is why it's a son. Thank you very much. Please, just before we go on, we want to invite to come to the high table the representative of the majority, the Senate Majority Leader of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who happens to be also an alumnus of this university. We're talking of Honorable Michael Opayemi Bamidele, our former SUG president of our university, and who is being represented here by Bola Adi San. Please come to the high table. Thank you. It's one of our great lunches. As promised by the university PRO, we will be taking some more recognitions as we proceed. And please, we want to recognize a member of the Board of Trustees of this great body. We're talking of Dr. Mrs. Loretta Oduare Ogboro Oko, who is a member and the Director General, Edo State Diaspora Agency. She is a member of the Board of Trustees. All the way from Canada, we want to welcome a barrister, another member of the Board of Trustees, our own Kingsley Jesurobo, an alumnus of our university. The immediate past president, University of Benin Alumni Association of North America, UBANA, who is also a member of the Board of Trustees, University of Benin, talking of Alex Imotinya Eromo. Thank you again, coming all the way from the United States for this program. We also must recognize and appreciate Right Honorable Samson Aru Osage, PhD, former Attorney General of Edo State, member Governing Council of our university. We also have here present Professor Mrs. Ege Oyedo, a member of Governing Council of our university. And we have all the way from the United Kingdom, the President, University of Benin Alumni Association, Branch Professor Tony Egbosoverefe. He's here all the way from the United Kingdom. And all the way from Canada, from the United States of America, the very, very supportive and proactive branch, or we call it normally a branch of the alumni worldwide. We're talking of the president of UBANA, our own engineer Osasere Osifo, who is coming all the way to support from the United States of America. As we have said, we'll be taking more recognitions, but there is also a member of the Governing Council of our university, the former acting bossa, and we're talking of Mr. Gabriel Osadolo. Thank you, our own Governing Council member. And finally, for this first round of recognitions, we want to recognize Adja Ramatu Shuaibu Umaru, the sweetheart of our own pro-chancellor of our university, the wife, and that is of the Federal University, Kasori, Gombe State. Thank you for being here. As I have said, we'll be taking more recognitions as we proceed. But it's now my privilege to invite our own, the now orator of the university, Professor Arise, to please now invite the next great personality that will be addressing us during this program. Thank you very much. Please, let's welcome Professor Arise to now talk to us briefly. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellencies and Chairman of event, it gives me pleasure to invite to the podium an accomplished academic who is the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of this great institution. He is Professor Umaru Shuaibu. Please, a round of applause for him. Please welcome him with another round of applause. The Chairman of the Governing Council of the University of Benin gave his remarks. You're welcome, sir.
Warm greetings to all of us here from the Governing Council. My chair permit me to go ahead with the speech because all the protocols have already been observed. Ladies and gentlemen, when 2 points meet at an equilibrium, certainly the results will be a fruitful one. Being a product from one of the first generation universities in the north, that is Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, from which all the ingredients of life that today I am disposing is met from that institution, and to meet another product from University of Benin, well groomed, well exposed, and these two men are asked to work together, to think together, to generate ideas together, to act together. I think that marriage is a good one. Today, we are here to make history. History because we are setting a pace. As has been rightly said, this is one of its kind as far as Nigerian university system is concerned. Therefore, we are expecting that all the products of University of Benin, which, as we have the VC has said, we have about over 300,000. All the friends of University of Benin and all lovers of education should come forward to support this dream. Yes, we might appear to be laying the foundation, but the extent which it will go, nobody here will know. We are setting the foundation, and certainly It is only God that knows where this trust fund will end. It is our prayer that it will end well. And it will be a space that all universities in Nigeria should emulate. On this note, I want to thank His Excellency, the President of Nigeria, by giving us the opportunity, the policy framework, that is Renew Hope Agenda, which are articulated, and our Minister of Education, who interprets and guides the implementation. We want to thank them sincerely for that. Equally important is our host governor. He has been doing well. He's an education-friendly governor. We have seen it, we have feel it, and today we are seeing the sign. He is part of the team. He is supporting us. We thank you sincerely for that. The idea of this trust fund is born out of the realization that no government can shoulder the responsibility of education squarely. Therefore, there is need for support. And one of the ways to support is to harvest the large number of alumni we have here. It can be an idea, it can be fun, it can be skill, it can be anything. Once you drop it on the table of UNIBEN, you are helping us in that direction. Therefore, I am calling on all of us here to please, as the VC said, if we can have over 3,000 products, 300,000 products of this university, if only 1,000 can be donated by each, according to the VC, we could have gotten about 1/4 of what we are targeting, which is a good one. And therefore, in the words of Obama, we can do it. Can't we? Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Let's do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the chairman of our governing council, the pro-chancellor, for your words of inspiration. We want to quickly again recognize some few additional personalities that are here with us. And we have here representing Dr. Kemi Peniro, OFR son, a son in his own right, and a member of the 2008 law class of the University of Benin. We're talking of Chukwudi Enebeli. Son is here with us. Thank you so much for coming. And of course, his father was once time the president of our Alumni Association of University of Benin. We are privileged to have here also Mr. Ibidoye Femi Jacob of Xerox Nigeria Limited. We have the Secretary General of Vice Chancellors, that is Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian University, Professor Andrew Aruna. Thank you very much for being here. We have Dr. Godi Ibru founder and former chairman, Lagos Sheraton Hotel. Thank you very much for being here. We have a former member of the Federal Board of Nihot Ibadan, Chief Matthew Ige JP. And then, of course, we have the Director General of Okomu, Director, Okomu Palm Oil Board, and a member, Dr. Osarenti Dosowan. Thank you for being here. And as I have said, we'll be taking some more recognitions, and I'm now inviting the Deputy Director, Directorate of Advancement and Alumni Relations, and the PRO former of this university, our own Dr. Osasui Mike, to please now continue with the program. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, the Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it remains the 100 billion Naira Trust Development Fund grand launch, and permit me to quickly acknowledge the presence of Dr. Imafidon Osama Agboinle, CMD Federal Psychiatric Hospital. Sir, we want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming around. We welcome you, sir. Thank you. We acknowledge the presence of Barrister Nosage Jude of the Precious Palm Royal Hotel. We want to welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for coming around. May I also quickly acknowledge the presence of Chief Ken Otegepe, a palace chief. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much. We recognize very specially Emeritus Professor Raymond Elao. Emeritus Professor, we want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming around. We want to welcome very specially the immediate past registrar of the University of Benin, Ademola A. Bobola. We want to welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for coming around. We acknowledge you. We welcome Dr. Engineer Musa. We want to welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for coming around. Emeritus Professor Julius Ikatwa. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much for all you do. We thank you so much. Daniel Ejiro Mrs. Zonal Head Premium Trust Bank Benin. Ma, we want to welcome you. Thank you so much. We acknowledge your presence. Tele Adebayo Shitu, the former Vice President East, past Chairman, University of Benin Alumni Association, Port Harcourt. We want to welcome you, sir. Thank you so much. We acknowledge the presence of the Chairman, UNIBEN branch of the Alumni Association, Osaon P. Egosa. We welcome you, sir. Greatest. We welcome the Chairman, UNIBEN Alumni Association, University of Benin Teaching Hospital Branch, and Head of Department Mental Health, UNIBEN, Professor Eikiato Adanyofo. We welcome you, Prof. Thank you so much. Honorable Charles Adeyan Esquire, we want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming around. We welcome Deacon Benjamin Obukowo Omeye, the Honorable Secretary General Alumni Association Worldwide. We welcome you. May I welcome very specially the first female doctor, UNIBEN Alumni Heroine FY70, Professor Stephanie Udimade Iredosa, a retired professor and inventor of first UNIBEN scientific patented invention. We welcome you, ma. We welcome the Managing Director, Losville Hotels and Suites, Mr. Omorui Akpata. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming around. We welcome Professor Iyoa. We welcome you. The Deputy Director, News NTA, Ameze Igebo. We welcome you. We also welcome very specially FVKO Eyegri, the legal practitioner and alumnus. We want to welcome you. Thank you all for coming around. Okundia Olu Taiwo, an internal auditor, we welcome you. We acknowledge Professor Idusei Augustine. Thank you so much. The project of this 100 billion trust development fund, like the Vice Chancellor said, is everybody's business. No wonder I am seeing the Vice Chancellor's elder sister coming around. Iyayi Omerege. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming. May God bless you. Engineer G.R. Omorobe, Giomore Consultants, a civil engineer, alumni 1981, and the structural engineer who designed the Faculty of Law in 1986 through 1991. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much. Barrister Mrs. Osazuwa Ojo Faith, we want to welcome you, representing Dr. Godwin Egiamusoe, founder of LAPO. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much for all you do. We welcome the representative of the chairman of LAPO once again, Faith Osazuwa Ojo Esquire. Thank you so much. Sir Andy Eanire, CEO of Bazu and Nature Park, Benin City, and the man that has decided to allow the wife to continue to work as the university public relations officer, even when the job is tasking. We welcome you. Thank you so much for always identifying with the University of Benin. We appreciate your presence. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the board chairman and members of the board will always say that there is need to carry everybody along so that we know what is happening. It is on this note we want to invite you to please join us as we take a mini documentary on our proposed project. Please sit back and let's have a feel of what we are talking about.
The University of Benin, that commenced in 1970, is about to take an unprecedented stride to completely remake the university. Not anymore with gentle incremental steps, not anymore only the annual subvention from the federal government, but to take the bold step of changing the looks and fortunes of the University of Benin in a 100 billion naira UNIBEN Trust Development Fund. It's all happening within the visions of Professor Edoba Omorigi, SAN, two of which were stated as positioning the university as an innovative capacity building and skills acquisition hub, and improving significantly the infrastructure of the university, conducive hostels and office facilities. Aligning with the Vice Chancellor's vision as he commenced his tenure, it was not surprising that early he set up a trustees board to drive his targets. In February 2026, when the trustees met, the focus of the University of Benin Trust Development Fund was, among others, to work with the university management to identify infrastructure and academic needs of the university. And as the launch of the fund takes off, the hope of the trustees is to forge partnerships with alumni, organizations and friends of the university in order to mobilize resources for specific capital and academic projects, which would, in the end, lift up great UNIBEN to rank with any global university. The funds being sought for are in categories for infrastructural development of the university and in partnerships for investable projects. For example, most roads in the university are still untarred many years after its establishment in 1970. Among the many roads planned, access road from Ethiop Road through Petroleum Building to Faculty of Environmental Sciences, access road from Exams and Records through Audit Building to Life Sciences, access road and parking lot to Anatomy Gate to Old Pharmacy Building, access road from the Vice Chancellor's Lodge to the NPDC Hostel, Subawa Campus, Staff Club Road through Media House to Nelson Mandela Hostel Road with a parking lot at Ekewan Campus. Proposed construction multi-purpose sport complex, Ekewan Campus. Proposed construction and furnishing, including equipment of Health Center, Ekewan Campus. Proposed laboratory equipment for various faculties. Proposed gully The university is willing to name the routes to be constructed after the sponsors. There is a plan to use the fund for the improvement and upgrade of the university health centers at Ubawa and Ekewan campuses, from primary to secondary health facilities. It's also planned to establish a comprehensive security architecture for the university with a centralized security control center using drones, satellite systems to cover the entire university space in order to guarantee the safety of students and other members of the university community. It is intended to have a first-class internet connectivity available throughout the university campuses. There is a plan for a first-class 4-star hotel, complete with conference centers and meeting rooms, recreation and wellness facilities, business lounges with secretariat services. Also, in the utilization of the 100 billion naira UNIBEN Trust Development Fund are modern student hostels, male and female, complete with furnishings, fittings, security, and hospitality facilities. Again, an ultra-modern 15 to 20,000 seat UNIBEN sports complex is planned. And the plan also is a UNIBEN modern abattoir to be constructed and equipped with technology integration and cold storage facility. Integrated in the plan is a byproduct industry of hides and skins, bone meal, and biogas extracted from waste matter. Central in the plan is a UNIBEN library and knowledge hub, carefully planned around a student population of 75,000 students and their needs prior and during the examination periods, as well as faculty members. While there would be a central library, there would be faculty libraries and distributed study centers. There is a 1,748 hectares of land allocated to the University of Benin by the federal government. The university, along with the trustees of the UNIBEN Trust Development Fund, have a strategic land use master plan model for the land size allocated on Site B, which will be suitable for property developers in partnership with the university. All these are to provide steady income and sustainable innovative ideas, while the UNIBEN Trust Development Fund will be developing export-oriented ventures. It is important to state here that the UNIBEN Trust Development Fund will align with acceptable global best practices, and hence it will operate a transparent policy, and any of its operations can be seen at any time on its website. Ladies and gentlemen, alumni, friends, organizations, the vision is bold, the ideas are many. if the University of Benin can become the great UNIBEN, playing in the big league globally, the chairman of the UNIBEN Trust Development Fund is counting on you in the big stick drive, expecting that you join hands to make the dreams, as he put it in February, doable and achievable.
No society rises sustainably without strong institutions of learning, and no university achieves enduring greatness without collective investment, visionary leadership, and strategic partnership. Our vision for the future is both ambitious and achievable.
We're counting on your willing and generous hearts.
Thank you so much. We indeed mean business. The Director ICT, you quickly do this demonstration on the website, and Dr. Oboroko will let us know what is up.
Chairman, sir, Your Excellency, I want distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to stand on the existing protocol to make a very short presentation of our website and how the core event of the day can be easily carried out. I want to show you how you can easily make your donations from any part of the globe. Your Excellency, sir, we are on Zoom and we are also streaming live. There are so many people all over the world that are joining this particular event. So I want to showcase this, our website, so that they can see how to navigate and how to make their donations.
Excellent. So, who are you?
Your Excellency, sir, I'm the ICT Director. My name is Kehinde Dokusawa. Thank you, sir.
I will be aligning with all the already established protocol. My name is Dr. Loretta Oduware Ogbo-Oko, member of the Board of Trustees, the UNIBEN Trust Development Fund, and Pioneer Director General, Edo State Diaspora Agency. As our ICT lead is getting ready, I want us all to do our bit today. Let's put our hands in our pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, fans, daughters across the world, put your hands in your pocket, get your devices, get your phones, and get them ready. You are going to take action right away. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this event is, as I said earlier, is being streamed live on Zoom and on our YouTube channel, along with other media houses. Channel Television is also airing it live with Arise and News Central. I'm going to show you right now the website. This is the website. To get to the website, all you need to type is trustfund.uniben.edu. It's on the screen. Just type on your phone. The platform is platform friendly. If you are using tablet, if you are using iPhone, Android phone, if you are using PC, whatever devices you are using, just type trustfund.uniben.edu. Once you type that, it will take you to the website. And you are going to see a button that says Donate Now in red. Donate Now in red. If you have done that, then let's get down to business. When you click on Donate Now, it will take you to the page where you can make your donations. We have several flexible platforms for you to make your donation. You can make your donation online. That's the first. You can also do transfer, international bank transfer, as well as local bank transfer. Okay. Wait.
While the cursor is moving and we are looking at the screen, I want to say a big thank you to all the media houses that are streaming live here today. Friends of UNIBEN, alumni of UNIBEN, partners of UNIBEN. I want to thank all of them because just like you, they are pushing our narrative to the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen, as the ICT director is going on and showing us the website, I hope we are at the donate now button. But more importantly, you are also going to put on all your media handles, your Twitter handles, your social media handles, the hashtag UNIBEN TDF.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have the international bank transfer and the local bank transfer. For the local bank transfer, we have 3 banks: Access Bank, First Bank, and Premium Bank. In no particular order, but in alphabetical order. For the local transfer, all you need is the name of the bank and the account number. The name of the bank and account number. For the local transfer, the information is on purple. And for the international transfer, the information is on red on the screen. All that you need, the source code, the SWIFT code for the international transfer is displayed. For the local transfer, all that you need is the name of the bank and the account number. And we have emphasized that, we have enlarged it. All you need to do is to copy the account number of whichever bank you prefer and the name of the bank. You can use your social apps to make transfer. But interestingly, I want to show you how to make transfer online. How to make transfer online. The online transfer, all you need to do is to use your details of your ATM cards. The first here is the online transfer. Put the amount, put your email, and then click next. Okay? Are we together?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure we have all looked at this demo and we are taking action. We thank all of you sincerely, and we will want us to keep using the hashtag UNIBENTDF. You have this little form, it's just the beginning. Please fill it as well and you'll be contacted. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all of those who are joining us on Zoom and virtual media. We thank all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome very specially the Minister of Regional Development, our very own. The Vice Chancellor and the Chairman of the Trust Fund will tell us that this minister is a member of the committee. He has always been there, is still there. Please join me welcome Honorable Engineer Abubakar Momo. FNSC. The Vice Chancellor will always tell us, anywhere you go, let everybody know that this man gave us solar light on campus. We want to appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. May God bless you. He is not here alone. He's here with the Director, Ministry of Regional Development, Odika Frederick. We welcome you, sir. We welcome Alaji Audu Yaya Omogbai, Clerk, Head of Legislative Services, Edo State House of Assembly. We welcome Lawa Samaila Abdullahi, Chairman, Northwest Development Commission. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for coming around. We welcome Professor Muhammad Bashar Nuhu, Executive Director of Finance, North Central Development Commission. We welcome Barrister Dr. Cosmas Akige, Chairman, NCDC. We want to welcome you, sir. Thank you so much. We welcome Chief Mrs. Mojishola Aron Arogo Esquire, spouse to Secretary of the Trust Development Fund. We welcome you, ma. May I welcome very specially Professor Yinka Omorogbe, SAN. We want to welcome you, ma. Thank you so much for coming around. Honorable Pius Alile, Deputy Chief of Staff, Edo State. We welcome you, sir. We also recognize a member of the Governing Council, Professor Omori Osunde. Thank you so much for coming around. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to let you know that His Excellency James Onanefe Ibori is here, ably represented. We want to welcome you. Thank you so much. We'll let you know his representative shortly. Permit me to now welcome to the microphone the man that has contributed his quota to the development of this nation. The man who today is the chairman of this event, the man who has served so well and is still serving, the man we are proud of that came from this university. Please join me welcome His Excellency Babatunde Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, CON, to now address us as the chairman of today's event. Mr. Chairman, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Your Excellency, the visitor of the university, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Your Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Your Highnesses and Royal Majesties, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, good afternoon. I have the very distinguished pleasure to speak after the chairman of this fund, Pastor Osage Ize-Iyamu, and the Vice Chancellor, and also the Chairman of Council. So they have made my work somewhat easy. They have told us what this fund is meant to do. We have seen a documentary, and I believe that we have also received this card. I think I saw those cards being distributed. So those who have not received this card should please raise their hands and we will get to you. We have also seen how to do it digitally if you do not want to do it manually. So we are all primed to go, I believe. Now, I'd like us to give a round of applause, a very, very generous one, to all the members of the Board of Trustees whose idea this was. You know, some of the members of the Board of Trustees are so connected to this school decades after they have left. And even if you wanted to push them away, you would not succeed. They are perhaps like the driving minds of the Alumni Association, connecting with the school in a way that renews and reborns the school itself. One of them I have alluded to, the chairman of the fund itself, Pastor Izeyamu. Please, if you want to applaud him, he deserves it. The other one, in fact, he's more than a trustee, he's everything to this school. If he's Chief Richard Omar Ahonarogo. Sir, he's calling me. You don't want me to talk? Then the third one is the Obasui of Benin Kingdom, Chief Charles Uwensui Edosawa, SAN. They mentioned the fourth one in absentia. But when his representative shows himself, Governor James Ibori, I will fire all my blanks. You know what they share in common? They were all my seniors in this school. And I think at one point, 3 of them used to stay in the same hall and in the same block with me. But they were in year 3 when I came in year 1. So they were living on top, we were living on the ground floor. And they used to just try to bully me. And what they failed to achieve when we were undergraduates, they now do after we have left. So when it was time to choose a chairman, they had met behind me, and they will send Richard to text me that, oh, Pastor Izeyamu and the VC are coming to your house soon. Meanwhile, they're already at my gate. And they conveniently hid the Obasui, who was talking to me. He was watching World Cup abroad. And I thought he was in Canada, then he says in Philadelphia. And this morning I woke up and I saw him in my room. So they had planned my movement, my surveillance, and my presence here as chairman. But they didn't do it alone, no. They used the vice chancellor. And whether you are an undergraduate or a former governor, vice chancellor is still vice chancellor. And that's why I said we should start by applauding their effort, because they are taking us into a path that is uncharted in Nigeria's educational development history. A development trust fund, a very first, I am told, by this school. And so we begin what I think is a very important journey. With that background, I must announce how truly honored I am here today as an alumnus of this great university. It is deeply humbling for me to have the privilege to chair this event, a trust development fund for our alma mater. And who could have written this story? Who could write this story? In 1983. That was the year when this university welcomed me and many thousands of other young people into her warm embrace. "39 years ago, 4 years after I entered, this university certified me and thousands of other young students in this same hall, certified us that we were now worthy in learning and in character, and that we should go out to the world and go and contribute our own quota to national development." I believe that was why universities were set up. That's how schools are set up. That's why educational institutions are set up, to develop the human capacity that undertakes nation building. So I think that only the founders of this university, those who dreamt this university, they alone could have seen this day. Nobody else. I stand in awe of the vision of the founders of this university. I am in awe. When I look at the faces in this hall, those who are members of the alumni, I can only profess reverence for the courage of the founders. Their courage to bet on the possibilities that lie in the talent, in the imagination, and in the boundless energy of young people. Now, those young people of yesterday are here in this hall. They have come from far and near, from diaspora. Their parents, their grandparents. And they have come back to the place they consider home, University of Benin. What vision, what purpose, what ending. And I say that the vision of the founders, their courage and their belief have borne fruit in manifold. And I see those faces in this hall today. And there are faces that cannot be in this hall because they are wide and far away. I know that each one of them is not only a story of its own in what they have achieved. Each one of them was impacted by this university. Every one of them. In a special way. A way that each one of them has a special UNIBEN story to tell. If you ask, I don't know about other universities, but if you came to this university, you have a UNIBEN story. I have many UNIBEN stories. Along. Well, that's somebody's UNIBEN story. You want to hear it? So this was my friend who came from Ondo State. And in those days when we ventured out of this campus into town, we used to enter the minibuses. And unlike Lagos that had bus stops, all the buses would just say along, along, along. So off my friend went looking for where along was. And he spent the whole day driving around Benin town. From Mission Road to Ekenwa to Yaro, everywhere. And said, look, Fashola, I did not find along. But for me, The very first night on campus was simply just unforgettable. It was an unforgettable night. And I cannot recall a moment of regret in the 4 years I spent here. Not one moment. It was bliss. So if the vision and the courage of the founders was awesome and reverential, how does this generation of alumni now respond? They have done their work. And I believe this Trust Development Fund launch is one of the many ways in which we can respond. Please applaud the response if you like it. This is our response. The founders have done their job. The alumni now takes responsibility. And this is how today's alumni, we, the fruits of the founding vision, we must regenerate. We must fructify for the mission of the founders to endure. This is one way to connect with our past in order to secure the future for the next generation. And this is an important point of reflection. So when Chukwudi Belli SAN was being introduced, it was introduced as representing Kemi Pierro. Kemi Pierro SAN, professor, is not only a friend and a brother. We are both indigenes of Lagos. We are both alumnus of this university. But that is not the end of the story. I don't know if you connected the fact that Belli's father used to be president of the alumni. And I was telling the Honorable Minister's representative that when I first came here as Ashwaju's representative to come and support the law faculty then, Belli was president of the Law Students Association. Today, he's a senior advocate in his own right. And who knows what we will say about the next Belli. So that is the generational connection that binds all of us who come here today together. Because the next generation will be the one that will be entrusted with Nigeria in the near term. You have heard that the representative of the leader of the Senate, Okpeyemi Bamilele, is here. So I'm not even sure. I think Okpeyemi must have been in his first year or so when I left. He's now the leader of the Senate of Nigeria. And that is how the responsibility and the touch-passing moments will occur. It always looks like a long time ago or a long time to come, but it is already happening. We are already birthing the next generation of Nigerian leaders. They will be the ones that we will begin to look to for solutions. We will also begin to look to them for care. Of course, we will look to them for protection. When our natural strength fades, when old age envelops us, as it is slowly but surely beginning to do. That is why this moment is unique, to support the next generation. So when you are writing that check, when you are making that transfer, remember that. Because I recall that at the time I was here as an undergraduate, the population was just about 5,000 strong. But at that time, the facilities were already being stretched. And the response to those stretched facilities was first that hostels that were built to accommodate 2 started accommodating 3. In my time, later it became 4. But when that response became unsustainable, Hall 4 was built, Abuja. And, well, we have Abuja in UNIBEN, for those who don't know. And that is Hall 4. So that population has multiplied today in many folds. And the needs, therefore, have multiplied, such that action is now not a matter of desire. It is a matter of urgent necessity. This fundraising is therefore our contribution towards ensuring that the mission of the founders endures. This morning, one of our colleagues sent me an email, and even before we convened here, she had already sent her donation of 10 million naira. This morning, Richard forwarded the message to me. So, I join the chairman of the Board of Trustees in welcoming you heartily. But I want to close by saying that apart from the next generation, this was a place where some people actually met their spouses. So if UNIBEN has given you a good spouse, dig very deep. To our friends from far away, those who used to come to our parties here from other universities, we gave you a good time. This is the time to pay back. Support this place so that as you recall those memories of our very, very fantastic parties, you can only respond by supporting the next generation. So I urge you all, including myself, to donate very generously to this fund in order to secure the future of this school for generations to come and for all of us. I thank you once again for your attention.
Thank you. Greatest UNIBEN. Thank you so much, very distinguished chairman of this event. Your Excellency, we are really privileged to have you as a very proud product of this great university. Please, ladies and gentlemen, we try to move very fast, but please permit us to recognize some of the friends of the university that are here to support this project. We want to welcome the Executive Director, First Bank, Sheyi Oyefeso. Thank you so much for being here. We also want to welcome the Assistant Business Development Manager, Premium Trust Bank. Thank you for being here with us. Collins Ojemeron, thank you so much for being here. We also have a representative of the Principal, Chief Eric Ebozele, the Gladrico International Limited, that is being represented by Itolu Augustine. Thank you for coming. We have investor here, Mr. Emmanuel Vielele, and also MD, Noyensi Global Enterprises. The first is, of course, Mr. Emmanuel, and the other is Mr. Wandu. We also want to welcome a member of the Edo State House of Assembly, representing Obia North East 2, Honorable Andrew Ozemere. Also, the worldwide PR of the alumni is here, Tosan Ganirenwi. Thank you. The past Vice Chairman, UNIBEN Alumni Association, Warri Branch, Anthony Omekunku. Thank you. The former Chairman, Esako West Local Government, my own former Chairman, Honorable Aremeyu Momo. Thank you for being here. And then we have here present the head, Corporate Services, Northeast Development Commission, NDE, who is representing the MD CEO of that commission. First, the person here is Abba Musa, who is representing Mohammed Akali, the Northeast Development Commission. Thank you for being here. And then we have here also the past president, the very first of University of Benin Alumni Association Worldwide, Double Chief Macaulay Omo Azugbeni. Thank you for being here. And one of the delegates accompanying the Chief of Staff representing the Executive Governor of our state, Honorable Felix Osaze Igbinovia KSM. Thank you for being here. We are privileged that the unions are also identifying fully with our Vice Chancellor and our university. So we have ASU here led by our own comrade, Professor Naruna Edosa, leading a very powerful team of members of the executive of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, University of Benin branch. We also have here present the NAT, that is National Association of Academic Technologists of this university, and they're being represented here by Engineer Itinosa Ekene Egereva. Thank you. And of course, from other universities, we have here present Federal University of Technology Akure, Professor Kola Oladumoye. Thank you for coming to be part of this. And finally, in this round of recognitions, we want to recognize the representative of the worldwide president, Light of Christ Community Alumni Fellowship International, Pastor Courage Ode, and is being represented here by our own Professor Andrew Obi. Ladies and gentlemen, Chairman, distinguished guests, it's now my honor and privilege to invite this distinguished Nigerian, a great engineer in his own right, registered with is a fellow of the society, Nigerian Society of Engineers, a proud Edolite who is representing us so well at the federal level, and as alluded to originally by Michael Osasui, that we are now a land where light is always there, solar. He has been a major engine in bringing about its realization. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor, my privilege to now invite to talk to us our own, the chief guest of honor of this program, the Honorable Minister of Regional Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo, former chairman, Esako West Local Government Area. Please welcome him.
Thank you very much. The representative of the governor of Edo State, incidentally is the chief of staff, the representative of the Minister of Education. Let me also recognize Your Excellency, a two-term governor of Lagos State and two-term minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and who is also an alumnus of the great University of Benin. The Vice Chancellor and management of the University of Benin, the Governing Council, the Committee on the Trust Fund Development Committee, the committee headed by my good friend, Pastor Osagi Ize Iyamu. Let me also recognize all of the personalities on the table. It is difficult for me to know all those of you that are here. But let me also recognize those who came along with me, because when they were making introduction, they were also introduced. I know the chairman of the Northwest Development Commission is here, so also the chairman of North Central Development Commission and the executive director, the representative of the managing director of Northeast Development Commission. And if the Managing Director of NDDC is not here. I'm sure in a very short time he'll be here because Samuel Buku is supposed to be here. And there's no reason why ABA, the chairman of the commission, will not be here of NDDC because he is a product of this very university, and I also asked them to be here. Well, asking one to speak after hearing from the former governor of Lagos State is always a difficult task because he's someone who has seen it all. He has been here, he has been there. You could hear from the introduction. So in all his assignments, he has been 2 terms. 2 terms as a governor, 2 terms as a minister. So we appreciate you for coming to the University of Benin today, and we are happy to receive you. For me, I wear 2 caps as a product of this very university, and 2 as an Edo man. So I'm quite glad to be here this afternoon. I want to say it is a privilege and honor to be among these important personalities to witness the launch of this very trust fund today. Let me congratulate the Vice Chancellor and the management of the university, and in fact, the Governing Council, for putting together this very trust fund launch today. This is more than the inauguration of a fund, and for me, it's like unveiling the legacy that we outlive every one of us here. And as we have been told, this is the very first, and for me, I have never heard any university in Nigeria launching a trust fund like this. So I have to commend the foresight of the current operators of the university, because everybody knows today that most of the important universities world over that are being held, they are prepared not only by the fund of government, but by partnership of private individuals and from corporate individuals. That's how they live, that's how they grow. So for you to come with this idea, it appears you would have done a lot of studies. It will be recalled that November last year, I was here, exactly in this very spot, to deliver the 55th Father's Day of the University of Benin. And on that very occasion, I made it clear that universities must strive to reinvent themselves as engines of innovation, centers of excellence, and catalysts for national development. I have no doubt in mind that gathering here today, of course, is to give effect to that very statement. So it is no longer a subject of debate that the nations that will lead the 21st century are not necessarily those that are endowed with natural resources, but those that invest deliberately in knowledge, research, innovations, and human capital. Today, I'm delighted that the University of Benin is taking decisive steps in that direction. The demonstration of this development fund demonstrates foresight, as I've said, courage, and responsible leadership. It acknowledges a simple but undeniable reality that the future of higher education in Nigeria cannot be left to government alone. It has to be shared, and that is exactly why we are here today. Let me make it clear to you that this very administration, when it came on board, one of the hallmarks of the Renew Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR is to recognize human capital development as a foundation upon which a prosperous nation is built. And this administration remains committed to creating an environment where education, innovation, entrepreneurship, and private sector collaboration can flourish. This launch, therefore, is to align perfectly with the vision of this government.
In fact, the administration recognizing the importance of knowledge and skills with the hope that no student is left behind for the simple reason that they don't have money. The first thing the president did when he came on board was to sign and launch the student loan scheme, which is operationalized by an effort. In the loan scheme, you don't need a guarantor, and the repayment period is very, very friendly, and it's interest-free. You can only repay when you have jobs. So today, close to 1 million students have benefited from the loan scheme. And I think it's a very laudable program. These are some persons that would not have even seen the forward of the higher institution. So today, they are beneficiaries of this loan scheme of this very administration. Let me say that every modern economy is powered by ideas before it is powered by machine. So every breakthrough, either in agriculture, machine, medicine, engineering, artificial intelligence, manufacturing, and infrastructure, begins in institutions of higher learning. Universities, therefore, are not merely centers of awarding degrees. They must be seen as factories of ideas, incubators of innovation, and the birthplace of national progress. This university, as we all know, was founded by a man of great vision, Dr. Samuel Osagbovo of Bermuda, far back 1979, of blessed memory. And today, the university stands as a testament to his vision and foresight. A vision that started with one man, has for more than 5 decades contributed immensely to Nigeria's development. We all know that graduates from this very university occupy important positions of leadership across the country. Of course, one of them is the person that I just spoke in, having been a governor for 8 years and a minister for 8 years. I don't think there's anything more than that. We also have them in the private sector. So many of them are back managers, directors, and the rest of them. I thought I was coming to see a man that can't go Mokwe there. I'm sure it's a project. Is he here? Okay, if he's not here, I'm sure he must be represented. So we have a number of them. So we are glad that he's here represented, and we want to hear him, of course, in a big way. These are the people we are going to look at today as we open the donations. Like I said, the graduates of this university are all over, and we are going to leverage on that to get what we want. As we are called upon today to build a legacy on the vision of the founding fathers of this institution, we are looking at a university with modern laboratories, equipped with world-class technologies. We are looking at a university where research centers solving Nigeria's problems are well equipped. Healthcare and environmental challenges adequately addressed. I think that is the essence of having this trust fund launched. We're also looking at a university where, of course, innovation hubs, producing next generation of entrepreneurs whose ideas create jobs, are driven with economic growth. We are looking at all of this. And today, we are called upon to be part of the vision by building a legacy on that. These are not distant dreams. They are achievable realities if we all embrace a shared sense of responsibility. As Honorable Minister of Regional Development, I firmly believe that sustainable regional development is not only driven by physical infrastructure, but also by intellectual infrastructure. We all know that roads connect communities from one community to the other. They connect university, of course,
connect generation to opportunity. For roads, infrastructure, you have bridges which connect one point to the other. But education helps to build the society. Buildings may define a campus, but it is the investment in people that defines a nation's future. I have had occasion to secure intervention, relevant intervention in this very university. I recall that sometimes in 2023, when the university chemistry laboratory got brought down, I had a call from the then Vice Chancellor of University of Benin, Professor Lilian Salami, requesting for assistance to get that very faculty laboratory built. As an engineering student, and of course, anybody who is a science student knows what the chemistry laboratory in any university is. So if you must be a graduate of engineering, a graduate of medicine, or any physical science, that is the foundation. We all passed through there, and immediately she made the call across to me. I contacted the NDDC managing director and directed him to fix that place. And as we are talking today, I'm sure it is completely fixed. And when the new Vice Chancellor came on board, he spoke to me that the university has a lot of dark spots. And I know places like, I don't know whether those places are still there, the value of his decision, where you have all those bus passing through. I said, well, we will do our best that you give me the entire mileage that such solar light could cover in the university. That he did. And I'm sure today, if you move around the University of Benin at night, it's like daytime. So the place has been completely solarized. Like Oliver Twist, he has also requested that he wants a similar situation to happen in the Ekengwan campus. I can assure you before December, the entire Ekengwan campus will be like this. Thank you very much. So, I think the University of Benin is a center, it's an institution that we are all proud of. And wherever you are, when you tell somebody that you are a product of University of Benin, I think the difference is clear. The difference is clear anytime, any day. I tell them, I know when the chairman was talking, he also mentioned Opayemi. There are quite a number of them today, even in the Senate. So University of Benin, of course, we all know is UNIBEN. And today, coming to University of Benin, you tell somebody you gain admission to University of Benin, he will know that you are a person of very high intellect, because it's not like any other university where, of course, you can just walk in. So let me now say that at this very juncture, let me appeal strongly to our distinguished alumni that this university invested in your dreams. Yes, the people that I've just mentioned are here. Thank you very much. I think it's good that I did round up my speech before my lieutenants are here. So the managing director of the NDDC is here, Samuel Ogboku. Samuel Ogboku, of course, is from Bayelsa. Is not a product of the University of Benin, but
for the simple reason that I, as a minister and the chairman of NDDC, a product of this University of Benin, is automatically a product of this university. The chairman of NDDC, Barrister Ebi, is also here, who is a product of this very university. Having done that, let me appeal strongly to our distinguished. Oh, I forgot the former president of the Nigeria Bar Association, MBA, a senior advocate of Nigeria, my brother, of course, is also a product of this very university. Barrister Alege, I'm sure you all know him. So let me therefore use this opportunity to appeal strongly to the university alumni to invest in your dreams, because this university made your dream a reality. Then today, you also have to invest in the future of the university. That is very certain. Then to corporate Nigerians, your supporting this fund is not simply an act of corporate social responsibility. It is a strategic investment in the skill force, research capacity, and innovation ecosystem upon which your business depends on. So we wish to call on you to demonstrate what is needful by donating handsomely towards these trust funds. Then to our development partners and philanthropists, your contributions will shape generations of readers whose impact will extend far beyond these walls. And to the leadership of this great institution, every generation and every trust fund of this nation is administered with the highest standard of transparency, accountability, and professionalism. Confidence is the currency that sustains every endowment, and prudent stewardship will inspire even greater generosity. It is the level to which you midwife this very assignment that today's launch will not be a one-stop event. It is a continuous process, so that those who wouldn't have opportunity to participate today will continue to send in donations when they hear what others have donated have been utilized for. So please, we urge you to do that, so that continuously the trust funds endowment is kept alive. Let me not end this speech by not giving commendations to the chairman and members of the trust fund. Like the chairman said today, it was almost a constant harassment from Pastor Sage Izeyamu, because Pastor Sage Izeyamu has been a very close friend. I can say in the politics of Edo State, is one of the oldest himself and Lucky Igbinejo, that we came and meet ourselves together far back to 1986. So since then, we have been together in the politics of the state. So his relationship with me is one that prepared him, that on a regular basis, he was always calling to remind me of this launch. And on 3 occasions, both himself and the senior advocate, Richard Ohanagoro, they were always with me, and thank you for your efforts. And of course, like they always said, the senior advocate would always say, okay, any moment we always get to see. That is Dosawa. He has also been a friend. He worked with us in the state assembly. When I was in the state assembly, of course, we were the Attorney General. We appreciate you for the effort and the role this gentleman played in bringing the event of today to a reality. So let me not continue to bore ourselves, because time is fast spent, and today is not a speech-making event. As I conclude, let me finally congratulate the Governing Council, the Vice Chancellor of the University, management, staff, students, Alumni Association, friends of the University of Benin, for this very bold initiative. May this Development Trust Fund grow into one of the most impactful university endowments in Africa. May it inspire excellence in teaching, research, and innovation, and may the University of Benin continue to produce graduates who will shape Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please, another round of applause for the Honorable Minister of Regional Development, Honorable Engineer Abubakar Momo, FNSE. Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring speech. Thank you, sir. Before I call the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Olatunji Alausa, CON, here represented, I would like to take the following recognitions. We have in our midst Felix Osaze Igbenovia, MD CEO Sazi Petrol, and House of Rep candidates. You are welcome, sir. Also with us is Chief Honorable Billy Osawaro, Member House of Representative Orionwo and Ohuonde Local Government. He's an alumnus of this great institution. You're welcome, sir. Please, let's applaud them. Let's applaud them. Thank you. Also with us is Honorable Esosa Iyawe, Member House of Representative, Oredo Federal Constituency. You are welcome, sir. We have here with us Honorable Dr. Patrick Okundia, representing Ultimate Apex Club of Nigeria. He's a former Honorable Commissioner of Health, Edo State, and President, Ultimate Apex Club. You are welcome, sir. We have here with us Sir Andrew Ehanire, Director, Zoological Garden, Edo State. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. We have here with us Honorable Matthew Uduekeme, former Majority Leader, Edo State House of Assembly, and former State Rep, NDDC. Please, a round of applause for them as we mention their names. Also with us is Honorable Abimbola Pat Ero, immediate past Chairman, Oredo Local Government Council. A round of applause, please. We have here with us Professor Mrs. Lucy Okopong, Director, Center for Gender Studies, University of Benin. You're welcome, ma'am. And now we are going to listen to the remarks of the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Olatunji Alausa, CON. He's represented by Professor Joseph E. Ahanegu, FAS, FAMADS, former Vice Chancellor, Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Thank you, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, the University Orator. Your Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Obebolo, ably represented by the Chief of Staff. Chief of Staff, I'm happy you are here. Chief of Staff to the Governor is like the password. And I'm convinced that you've taken the app and the information displayed. so that the governor will get the information in real time. The Honorable Minister of Regional Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo, and an alumnus of University of Benin, Your Excellency, the former governor of Lagos State and chairman of today's event, Babatunde Fashola, SAN, CON, and other alumnus of UNIBEN, members of the National Assembly present, Your Royal Majesty, Omanoba Nedo Uku Obolobolo, Oba Eredo II, CFR, Ewera II, good, the Oba of Benin. Your Excellencies and Highnesses, the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the University of Benin Governing Council, Professor Umaru Shaibu, and members of the Governing Council, our very dear Vice Chancellor of the great University of Benin, Professor Edoba Omorege, SN, the Chairman of UNIBEN Trust Fund, Pastor Sage Izie Yamu, great man, great philanthropist, great patriot. The chief launch chair of today's occasion, the visiting pro-chancellors and vice-chancellors, principal officers, members of Senate, staff, alumni, students, partners, and friends of the University of Benin, members of the diplomatic corps, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to present a goodwill message on behalf of our dear Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, CON. But before I will do that, as someone that is also of this common enterprise, the university system, and as a regular visitor to this university, great University of Benin, for over 46 years, I've had association and opportunities to visit this university. From my undergraduate days at University of Ibadan to other functions and all that. So as an observer and as a regular visitor, I can attest that the present Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Omorege SN, is a transformational leader. Almost every other year I visit this institution, and I can see the footprints of somebody that is in a hurry to achieve excellence and success. This is very well done, as far as I'm concerned, and is in keeping to the transformational initiatives of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, SCON. What we are doing today is not a one-off event, even for University of Benin. I can also attest that a similar initiative that is already ongoing, initiative of the Honorable Minister of Education, called Diaspora Bridge Initiative, whereby diaspora experts are mobilized to enhance innovation, skill, knowledge transfer from Nigerians overseas in order to put us at par with our colleagues and our peers in the developed world. And I can say that UNIBEN has not been left behind. They have been participating, even as we speak, even as I'm talking, there is an ongoing lecture. And I'm sure some students of University of Benin and those in the ICT space are already attending a lecture on generative artificial intelligence for academic and professional excellence for Nigerian tertiary institutions. And this will continue to go on till the end of the year. So for me, it's a bold statement that the Vice Chancellor is making. I want to congratulate him as a friend, as a brother.
By way of the launching. Thank you, Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much. I think we're now at the point where the rubber meets the road. And I see that some of us have gone ahead of ourselves, which is good for a good cause. The contributions have started coming in, but let us formalize it. So I told you that there were many UNIBEN moments, especially in this hall. This hall was a place where we used to show films. And those in favor, please nod your head. This was where some of the great shows and concerts were held. And this was the stage. Aha! Engineer Momo remembered Miss Comet event. The boys have become men, but they don't forget. I remember my attempt at entrepreneurship because we used to watch films here. So I went to pay for a film with my friend Demola Ajuwon, and it turned out that it was only us and a few people who attended the film show. And that was my quick departure from entrepreneurship. But some of our alumni members have gone on into entrepreneurship and business, and it is therefore fitting and proper to ask them to support me in the launch of this event. And the chief launcher is none other than our friend, our brother, and colleague, Aigboje Imokwede, who is here today represented. Please give him a round of applause. Chairman, Access Bank, Chairman, CEO, everything, coordination. He has so many parts to play. He's working in the development of the public sector, supporting public sector capacity and so many things. So, with the mandate of the Board of Trustees, I invite his representative, Mr. David Aluko, Director, Government and Federal Capital Relations of the Coronation Group, to please come forward and deliver the message.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, who is my permanent governor. I reside in Lagos State. We're at the moment of truth. And we believe that the speeches will get getting shorter and shorter, because it's now about what we want to do for University of Benin. My name is David Aluko, as has been announced. I work with Coronation Group. I am here to represent my group chairman, Mr. Ike Mokwede, who is avoidably absent. He's actually not in the country now, but his spirit is right here with us. And he has been speaking with me and Pastor Iyam as to what he will do. So I will quickly read his remarks. All the words and wordings are his own. the chairman of the occasion, the vice chancellor, distinguished alumni, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to begin by congratulating the vice chancellor, the governing council, the principal conveners, and indeed the entire University of Benin community on the launch of the University of Benin Trust Fund. This is a defining moment in the history of our great university, and one that deserves the support of every alumnus and friend of the institution. I sincerely regret that I am unable to be with you today, as I am outside the country fulfilling a long-standing international commitment that I could not reschedule. My apologies, particularly to the chairman of today's event and to my friends and fellow alumni gathered here. Many of us share the privilege of having studied law at this great university. We have remained close friends over the years, but friendship alone is not what has brought us together in support of this initiative. We are united by a shared conviction that those of us who have benefited from the University of Benin have a responsibility to invest in its future and ensure that generations after us inherit an institution even greater than the one that shaped us. While today's trust fund is an important milestone, I believe we should dare to dream even bigger. For some time, I have spoken of my aspiration to see the University of Benin develop into a true campus city, a modern academic community with world-class teaching and research facilities, quality student accommodation, healthcare, innovation hubs, recreational spaces, and a thriving campus economy. A place that becomes a benchmark, not only for Nigeria, but for higher education across Africa. It is an ambitious vision, but if we apply the education we receive at the University of Benin, leverage the lifelong networks we built here, and harness the goodwill this institution enjoys across Nigeria and around the world, I am convinced that we can achieve it. My own contribution to the trust fund has not yet been finalized. Actually, some options have been given to us as to how and in what form are we to support the trust fund. Some projects have been earmarked, and within the next 1 or 2 weeks, Igboje will finalize the one he wants to do for the university and communicate it to the chairman, Pastor Yamu, and the vice chancellor. Let this trust fund, therefore, be remembered not merely as a fundraising initiative, but as the beginning of a movement through which alumni, friends, and partners come together to reimagine what is possible for our alma mater. I commend the Vice Chancellor, the Governing Council, and everyone who has worked tirelessly to bring this initiative to life. I encourage every alumnus and every friend of the university to support it generously. The greater legacy we can leave is not simply what the university did for us, but what we together choose to do for the university. Thank you, and may God continue to bless the university.
Thank you.
Yes, that is a very, very inspiring beginning from a very distinguished and worthy alumnus. So if you look at your program, you will see that after the chief launcher, it is now time for the supporters of the launch and supporters of the chief launcher to make their interventions. And I am
by way of the launching. Thank you, Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you very much. I think we're now at the point where the rubber meets the road. And I see that some of us have gone ahead of ourselves, which is good for a good cause. The contributions have started coming in, but let us formalize it. So I told you that there were many UNIBEN moments, especially in this hall. This hall was a place where we used to show films. And those in favor, please nod your head. This was where some of the great shows and concerts were held. And this was the stage. Aha! Engineer Momo remembered Miss Comet event. The boys have become men, but they don't forget. I remember my attempt at entrepreneurship because we used to watch films here. So I went to pay for a film with my friend Demola Ajuwon, and it turned out that it was only us and a few people who attended the film show. And that was my quick departure from entrepreneurship. But some of our alumni members have gone on into entrepreneurship and business, and it is therefore fitting and proper to ask them to support me in the launch of this event. And the chief launcher is none other than our friend, our brother, and colleague, Aigboje Imokwede, who is here today represented. Please give him a round of applause. Chairman, Access Bank, Chairman, CEO, everything, coordination. He has so many parts to play. He's working in the development of the public sector, supporting public sector capacity and so many things. So, with the mandate of the Board of Trustees, I invite his representative, Mr. David Aluko, Director, Government and Federal Capital Relations of the Coronation Group, to please come forward and deliver the message.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, who is my permanent governor. I reside in Lagos State. We're at the moment of truth. And we believe that the speeches will get shorter and shorter, because it's now about what we want to do for University of Benin. My name is David Aluko, as has been announced. I work with Coronation Group. I am here to represent my group chairman, Mr. Ike Mokwede, who is avoidably absent. He's actually not in the country now, but his spirit is right here with us. And he has been speaking with me and Pastor Iyam as to what he will do. So I will quickly read his remarks. All the words and wordings are his own. The chairman of the occasion, the Vice Chancellor, distinguished alumni, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to begin by congratulating the Vice Chancellor, the Governing Council, the principal conveners, and indeed the entire University of Benin community on the launch of the University of Benin Trust Fund. This is a defining moment in the history of our great university, and one that deserves the support of every alumnus and friend of the institution. I sincerely regret that I am unable to be with you today, as I am outside the country fulfilling a long-standing international commitment that I could not reschedule. My apologies, particularly to the chairman of today's event and to my friends and fellow alumni gathered here. Many of us share the privilege of having studied law at this great university. We have remained close friends over the years, but friendship alone is not what has brought us together in support of this initiative. We are united by a shared conviction that those of us who have benefited from the University of Benin have a responsibility to invest in its future and ensure that generations after us inherit an institution even greater than the one that shaped us. While today's trust fund is an important milestone, I believe we should dare to dream even bigger. For some time, I have spoken of my aspiration to see the University of Benin develop into a true campus city, a modern academic community with world-class teaching and research facilities, quality student accommodation, healthcare, innovation hubs, recreational spaces, and a thriving campus economy. A place that becomes a benchmark, not only for Nigeria, but for higher education across Africa. It is an ambitious vision, but if we apply the education we receive at the University of Benin, leverage the lifelong networks we built here, and harness the goodwill this institution enjoys across Nigeria and around the world, I am convinced that we can achieve it. My own contribution to the trust fund has not yet been finalized. Actually, some options have been given to us as to how and in what form are we to support the trust fund. Some projects have been earmarked, and within the next 1 or 2 weeks, Igboje will finalize the one he wants to do for the university and communicate it to the chairman, Pastor Yamu, and the Vice Chancellor. Let this trust fund, therefore, be remembered not merely as a fundraising initiative, but as the beginning of a movement through which alumni, friends, and partners come together to reimagine what is possible for our alma mater. I commend the Vice Chancellor, the Governing Council, and everyone who has worked tirelessly to bring this initiative to life. I encourage every alumnus and every friend of the university to support it generously. The greater legacy we can leave is not simply what the university did for us, but what we together choose to do for the university. Thank you, and may God continue to bless the university.
Thank you.
Yes, that is a very, very inspiring beginning from a very distinguished and worthy alumnus. So if you look at your program, you will see that after the chief launcher, it is now time for the supporters of the launch and supporters of the chief launcher to make their interventions. And I am a chairman that is well resourced because I now have the privilege to invite another chairman. So from chairman to chairman, we will continue this to engage now the supporters. Pastor Izeyamo, please.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the University of Benin Trust Development Fund, I would like to thank all of you for this very wonderful turnout. And I didn't say it before, but let me say it now that we cannot thank the chairman of the occasion enough for what he has done. He was actually supposed to have been abroad today. But when we spoke to him, he told us, let me go and think about it. And he actually called back to say that he has rescheduled his trip and he will be here. And he actually came yesterday. So, Your Excellency, we cannot thank you enough. The reason why we wanted him is that he's somebody that we can showcase about how excellent the University of Benin is. He went through this university, and quite honestly, in the profession, in private and public life, he has excelled. So we see him as a model, an ambassador of who we are. Your Excellency, we are very proud of you. We want to thank you. Having said so, we want to go into the launching proper. Please, because of time, pledge cards will be going around. So what you want to do, please put it there. We'll try to announce as many as possible. Those who want to do something very significant and you would like to speak, we might just quickly allow you to do it quickly because a lot of our guests will be returning back after this event and we don't want to keep them here waiting for too long. But to kick the ball rolling, I want to thank the representative of our brother Ige Mohode. Many of you might not yet know the magnitude of what he has said. But when we met him, in fact, he hosted us in Lagos, and he told us that he wants to do a project that will totally transform the University of Benin. So he said he's not interested in just doing something that will not make that kind of impact. He wants to do something that for generations to come, people will see University of Benin as the university to beat. And I think that is the message he has sent through his representative. And we know that he's a man of his word. And he has promised that when he comes back, he intends to begin to hold discussions with us so that we can identify the areas of intervention and they will go into it. We are very grateful, sir. Having said so, I would like to specially invite our son and somebody that we're also very proud of, and that's the Minister of Regional Development. He went through this university, he's an engineer, very well respected in that profession. He's a politician who started from the grassroots. He has been a councillor, he has been a chairman of council, he has been in the House of Assembly, he has been House of Rep, and now is the Minister of Regional Development. I understand that behind the president, they call him the minister, the prime minister, because he's in charge of the he's in charge of the Regional Development Commissions. And He has shown so much interest. He has brought development and light to both Ugbowo and Ekenwan campus. He hosted us in Abuja. And I can also say for free that he played a major role in sponsoring this launch we are having today. He has always been there for us, and he promised us that when he's coming, he will come with those he works with. That those who love him must identify with the university that he went. And that's why when you saw him coming, he came in with a huge entourage. I would therefore like us to put our hands together for the Honorable Minister of Regional Development, Honorable Abubakar Momo.
Thank you, my good friend, Pastor Osagi Zeyamo. Well, it has come to a stage that it is not too much of speech that is necessary now. I think what I want to say at this juncture is that, yes, I came with a number of people working under me, but of this, there's one agency that is directly responsible for intervening in this very region, and that is the NDDC. Like I said today, NDDC was the same organization I called upon to fix the laboratory when it got bought. You see the same NDDC I called upon to solarize the Ugbowo, and it's the same NDDC I say is going to solarize the remaining portion of Ekenwa campus. And before now, when I heard the chief lecturer was called, I have also made extensive consultation with my immediate lieutenants, that those who are directly operating at that level. And for us, and the Ministry of Regional Development, through the NDDC, which is here in the region, we are going to intervene. We are not going to give physical cash. We are going to intervene in constructing a model hostel for the university. As we have said that, the MD is here, with the CEO, the chairman is here, who is also the approving authority at his level. And once that structure is higher than what they can do, I'm here, who will now approve it. So I think I'm speaking on behalf of that very institution. We are going to intervene in the area of constructing a model hostel accommodation block. And you know, the chairman said it today, and anybody who passes through the university knows that the greatest problem students of this university pass through is accommodation. Even a hall, a room that's supposed to take about 8, each person will now be squatting not less than 5 again. So you see in a small room, you have not less than 40. So I think it's a serious problem, and that is an area we are going to address. There are other things that are coming. Of course, I will just pray that things go well, because even before now, there are quite a number of other projects that we have already put in the budget of NDDC that will also help to transform the university greater than what it is. And like Pastor has said, yes, in preparation for this event, I also made a small donation, but I will still bring a similar amount of money that I said before on my personal. I said something, and you should expect the same thing in that account from my head, personal. So having said that, I wish to urge every one of us to donate generously towards this very fund. And for the commissions outside this region, I'm sure they will get back to you, because I've already spoken to them. Even if they cannot talk now, they will talk much later. But I expect that, since some of them are here, they will be able to say something. But if they are not ready to say, that's why I said that this event is not going to be a one-stop exercise. It has to be a continuous exercise. So we are going to get more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We are grateful. We are grateful for all you have done and what you will still do. We also want to thank you for the promise of a state-of-the-art hostel, and that even the other development commissions, they will talk more to us later. That word is very significant. They will talk more. But please, Honorable Minister, maybe I should just mention this. When there was the documentary that we did, we really wanted you to see it, and we wanted our brother, the MD of NDDC, and I must congratulate him. It is now His Royal Highness. Even though he's still dressed like a young man like us. Your Highness, congratulations on your royal recognition. Congratulations. But sir, one thing we wanted you to see was the very bad state of our roads. In fact, there's an NDDC hostel that is in one of the worst places in terms of road. Getting there is a problem. So when we played it and you were not here, people were not happy. So when you came back, they said, can we repeat it? I had to say that we cannot repeat it, but we can mention it to you. I had a chat with the chairman, who told me that he sure is captured in the budget. But you know, sir, there's nothing like hearing from you. So can you please mention the issue of the roads? Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, here represented by the Chief of Staff, Government House, the Chairman of the occasion, the former Governor of Lagos State, the Honorable Minister of Education, ably represented, and the Minister, my own Minister for Regional Development, the Oba of Benin. Please permit me to rest on the well-established protocol. Let me also specially recognize the chairman of the NDDC Governing Board, who is my direct boss, and also an alumnus of this great institution. It is very, very important for institutions to also produce very, very senior citizens of this country. And I believe University of Benin is one of those lucky institutions. Having produced the chairman of the NDDC Governing Board and also the Minister of Regional Development, you can see that I'm in between two of them. So there is nothing they will tell me that I will say no. Since I came in here, if you notice, the minister will call me, I go this way. The chairman will call me, I go this way. They have been feeding me with all sorts of informations, trying to appeal to my conscience that, look, we must make this work and to make today a success. Yes, the minister has actually earlier mentioned about the hostel. And we have agreed that we are going to build the modern hostel. Because if you see the new hostels NDDC is building, I think you know that it is what is befitting to be in Benin. We have one that we're about commissioning in Niger Delta University, which is about a 650-bed hostel, which is one of the biggest hostels. I wish there's something that maybe they can play out there on the screen for people to see. They will appreciate what we want to do. But while the minister spoke, before I go to the road issue, I also want to plead with the minister to let him know that I have discussed with my chairman for the fact that the chairman schooled in this place. The chairman was born in Bendel State. Today he's from Delta State, but the people of Benin were the ones that actually raised him up. He enjoyed his life here in Benin. He schooled in the University of Benin. And we believe that something about him should be planted in Benin. and we decided that the hostel, if we build it, the school should name the hostel Chiedu ABA Hostel. That is what we're also requesting from the school. At least let other people that also get other government positions also come and do something that will be named after them. Well, on the roads, as an interventionist agency, we have been doing roads. So I think we have provision for the construction of internal roads in our budget, which the Honorable Minister actually influenced, because you must give credit to who is due the credit. The Honorable Minister actually insisted and influenced those network of roads for University of Benin in the budget. So I think outside the hostel, why the minister did not mention about the roads was because for him it was a given that we already have it in our budget, which is going to be done. So I think I just want to assure you that we are also going to simultaneously carry out both the road infrastructure and the hostel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We are very, very grateful. Please, because of time, the Executive Director of First Bank, he has a flight to catch, and they would like to make an announcement quickly. So, the Executive Director of First Bank, can you please come?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I represent the MD of First Bank, who would have loved to be here. And I think it's right if we say that we're a friend of UNIBEN. The last time we came here to see the Vice Chancellor and the management, we made commitment as to some intervention the bank will be getting into. I can assure you that the ICT center has been adopted, and the main hall, the refurbishment will start very shortly, and the equipment on the entire place will be undertaken by First Bank. We will also continue to support Benin, UNIBEN, and I assure you that you have our commitment as regards that, and that's exactly why I'm here today. I wish the board and the school all the very best as you progress the school. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A state-of-the-art ICT center will be built by First Bank. We are very grateful, sir. One of our very elderly statesmen, a family that is well respected in our country, he was one of the first to be here. I'm sure the chairman will be delighted to see him. It's my honor and pleasure to please invite Mr. Agodi Ibru. Thank you, sir.
The chairman of the event, himself a very proud alumnus of University of Benin, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make a very brief, considering the file that we have very short time. Just to give a goodwill message and also to say I identify with this laudable project. I thank the chairman of the trust fund and the secretary to the fund and all members of the Trust Fund for inviting me, and I'm like to say I'm very happy to be here, part of this grand occasion. For me, it's a sentimental issue, because the first chancellor of the University of Benin, the late Pa Edwin Clark, was my first cousin. And the architectural master plan was done by my elder brother, Felix Ibru. So for me, it is a great joy. And I see a connection, a nexus between education, which this university is known for in terms of excellence, and the creation of wealth. Because with wealth, you create wealth, you create a lot of advancement. You create wealth, you create employment. Wealth creation is an attitude to poverty, and that is one of the problems we have in this country and in most parts of Africa. So I believe that the future of this country is entrepreneurship. The creation of wealth with the support and encouragement by the government. So you are doing a great thing, a grand event today. And I'm pleased to say I'm here to identify wholly with it. So I thank you for a very huge event, a success. And I will be meeting with the chairman and the secretary to the Trust Fund to see the role in which I can play. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. I would like to call one of our own, Enebeli-san. He's here for himself and for Kemi Pinero-san. Please come forward quickly, please. And
good afternoon, everybody. May I stand on existing protocol? But I'll be a little bit biased because I need to recognize some of my forerunners who have gone ahead of me. The first person I would like to recognize is Chief Charles Wesley Edosawa, the #1 Senior Advocate of Nigeria from the University of Benin. I also want to recognize His Excellency Babatunde Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. He is #2 SAA from the University of Benin. I also want to recognize #5, who is the former President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Austin Alege, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Chief Austin Alege, SAN CON. I would like to also recognize Chief Dr. Richard Omar Hanarogos, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who is #12. And of course, I can boldly do what I call a bit of shakaraye. My lecturer is also the Vice Chancellor, and is #23, Professor Edoba Omorege, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Then Kemi was #3.
I also want to recognize Professor Omorege, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. I heard she had taught in the faculty long before I came, very long. But your name is still on the walls of the university, ma'am. Yes, I stand here in several capacities. And before I go further, I want to also just put it on record that all these persons have recognized as far back as 2006, 2007, have continued to support the University of Benin. Most of them, I I met them in this hall, this auditorium, in 2006, during the Justice Idigbe Memorial Lecture. I was then PRO and later became president of the Law Student Association, University of Benin. I recognized that was my first contact with them in this auditorium. And I can comfortably say that these are men who have, for over 20 years, continued to support the University of Benin. I remember specifically His Excellency, while I was president of the Law Student Association, His Excellency Babatunde Fashola, SAN, donated ACs to one of the lecture theatre at that time. And I can also state categorically that that was the first lecture theatre in the campus that was fully air-conditioned. Your Excellency, I say thank you, sir, because that was one of the things I used to even brag during my tenure, that I got somebody to actually deliver ACs to the faculty. Yes, I'm standing here in various capacities. One, in the capacity as a representative of Professor Kemi Pinero, SAN, in my personal number, who is the third senior advocate of Nigeria from the university. I'm standing on behalf of my family. My dad was former alumni president, and also in my own personal capacity. And I also recognize the fact that as far back as 94, 95, that was the first time I came into this campus. My dad was alumni president during the silver jubilee of this university. And I've seen that apart from my legal life, all I've also known is how to also give back to the University of Benin. During the days of Professor Grace Alele Williams, there was an endowment fund which my dad pioneered, and that led to some donations to the University of Benin. Now, on behalf of Kemi Pinero, SAN, he has in the past actually donated an e-library to the University of Benin Faculty of Law, as well as a 150-car park. Now, his support now is also to the Faculty of Law, and intends to build a 200-bed space hostel for law students. For law students.
It solves your problem.
And it will be in the name of a foundation which is set up in honor of his late mom, Muijat Folashade Idewu Foundation. That is so the hostel will be Muijat Folashade Idewu Hostel, MFI Hostel, for law students. Thank you. In my own capacity, I will discuss, because my leaders are here, I don't want them to know I have so much money. I also do not want them to know the size of my pocket. So I will discuss with the chairman of the trust fund as well as the secretary, who are people that are very close to me, and I can assure you that we will do something very good for the faculty, because I can comfortably say that the faculty made me and the university made me. Thank you.
We are very grateful, very, very grateful. The chairman NDDC is an alumni, is a son of the soil. Thank you. The mother is from my local government, Orion. He's the father that's from Delta.
Thank you, Pastor. Your Excellencies, permit me to stand on the already established protocol.
Okay.
Your Excellency, let me tell you something about Chukwudi Enebeli before he leaves, and we must be all proud of him. He said he got into University of Benin in 94, 90. No, okay, as a visitor. But the most important thing is that he took silk before he turned 40. He turned 40 last year, and he was already a senior advocate before then. So we're very proud of you. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I grew up on campus. My late father was one of the earliest faculty members in University of Benin. I lived my formative life here and got the most important educational qualification in my life from the University of Benin, courtesy of the likes of Professor Yinka Omorube, who was my teacher. I have one sibling who was also very good friends with our chairman of today's event, Governor Fashola. And I believe they were even classmates as well. Oh, she was 1 year your junior.
My senior.
Oh, 1 year your senior. So they're just two of us, and both of us graduated from the Faculty of Law of the University of Benin. So I've spoken to her on behalf of the ABA family. We will donate the sum of 10 million naira, the bulk of which will be provided by my sister because she's 4 years older than I am, and she's also chairman of Access Bank as well. Pastor, there are a lot of our friends that were not invited. We have spoken to them. They must support. They must support. We will get them to support. And I will pledge 10 million on their behalf. These are people that went to University of Benin, and I know are very proud of this institution. Lastly, and most importantly, University of Benin has really produced many great Nigerians. One of them is Chief James Onanife Ibori, the former governor of Delta State, who also graduated from University of Benin. He sends his apologies and says that he will willingly and gladly support this noble initiative with the sum of 50 million naira. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate the donations that have started coming in, and what I'm seeing here is extremely, extremely impressive. But please, let me not be accused of not following protocol. We have a representative of the leader of the Senate. And our brother who is here representing him is also a senior advocate of Nigeria and somebody who is very committed to the alumni. So I would like to invite Bola Audi representing Senator Obayemi Pamidele. Thank you, sir. And on his behalf.
Thank you very much, sir. May I plead the indulgence of the House to stand on the existing protocols, please, so for the sake of time. Let me say that I'm standing here on a Trinity platform. We used to know of a minister who had a Trinity portfolio. Your Excellency, the chairman of the occasion, I'm delighted to be here today because it's actually nostalgic. One, I'm standing in here for myself as a senior advocate of Nigeria who graduated from this university, but who also had a story, like His Excellency said, we all had the UNIBEN story. I came in as a theater art student with the favor of becoming a theater artist. But my father said, no, I would rather die than see you come out as a theater artist. We ended up at the palace between myself and my father, and I had to succumb to transfer from theater arts to do law. But today, to the glory of God, I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria. Though he's no longer alive, but I can say that I'm standing because he insisted that this is what he wants, and I had to follow that path. So I'm standing as a senior advocate. I will talk about that. Secondly, the class of 90 that I eventually graduated from I'm also standing in for the class of 90. We have a number of senior advocates in that class too, and we will also be doing something on behalf of the class. Now, the big part of it is that I'm standing in to represent the Senate leader, who incidentally was about 40 years ago when we were together in this university, the president of the Student Union. And I remember very vividly that we had a lot of crises with Alele Williams during that period, leading to rustication of some of us from the university, including the Senate leader. We had to go to court. Femi Falana had to bring us back. So, but what am I trying to look at? It takes the vision of Professor Edoba for us to be united and be sitting here this afternoon. And when there's no vision, a people perish. Those things that we're agitating for, those things that we're fighting, to have a better environment, a better society, where students will live and work on and study comfortably, which we, as at that time, we were looking at it like something that cannot be achieved, is what wisdom is bringing together this afternoon. So, Prof, I salute you. They say you are ebullient and able. I say you are more than able. Yes, God will continue to give you wisdom. It takes wisdom to achieve purpose. And if there is anything, I must say that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a visionary leader, very visionary leader, is one that has produced the like of the chairman of this occasion, Chief Fashola. And so many other people who are coming together to make sure that today, the vision of making Nigeria a better place is about policy, re-engineering, and entrepreneurship. We can do it together. Private-public partnership. We can achieve much. With what we are seeing here today, I'm sure Pastor Osage is someone that will surely be proud, because today is the one that has midwife what we have done here today. This intervention is a great one. So, for the Senate leader of the Senate, he has spoken with the pastor, and I will still say that he's going to do a lot of things for UNIBEN, because he is a product of this place. We are all products of here. But for myself and the class of 90, I will be pledging the sum of 5 million naira. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, because of time, we're going to be very fast. My in-law, my friend, my brother is here as an alumni. He's also representing a friend, Peter Adonia, who is the chairman, CEO of Ocean Wave. So I'd like to invite Honorable Matthew.
The chairman, the former governor of Lagos State, and former many things. The Minister for Regional Development. I spoke with you yesterday, but you didn't tell me we were coming to Benin. It's good to see you. The MD of the NDDC, because that's my constituency too. Sam, it's good to see you here. My brother Chiedu, it's also good to see you here. I want to say that I appreciate what the NDDC has done in this school, and I still know that you do much more. Like they said, it's not a speech-making day. On behalf of my friend, and a friend to the chairman of the trust fund, Pastor Sage Ezeyamu, Peter Omodulia, the group chairman of the Ocean Wave Group. He has asked me that this is his first contribution to the UNIBEN Endowment Fund. He had asked me to donate on his behalf 50 million naira. And for myself, an alumni or alumnus of this school, well, whatever you say, and to support my in-law too, it's now a contribution of 10 million naira.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would like to call the first SAN from the and also the most senior Igawunoe, the Obasuyi of Benin Kingdom, Chief Doctor Charles Wensuye Ebikoma. Ọba àtọ́pẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀tọ́ ayéjọ́gbà náà. Bí a ti àdánwò. The chairman, distinguished ministers, the governor of Edo State, the vice chancellor, I would say that protocol is a minefield. You take a wrong step, you get blown out. But let me not, I must recognize Mr. Hebrew. Thank you very much, sir. It's nice to see you here. You don't go to places anyhow, but it's such a comfort to see you here. And sitting by you there is my professor who taught us here. Professor, nice to see you, man. Vice Chancellor, we are committed to the uplift of this university because this university has given us everything. Has given us everything, and in our own way too, we've been giving back. But just that we don't count. Nobody must count. If you are counting, you are trying to say that you've done enough. Nothing is ever enough for your alma mater. Can you ever do enough for your mother? You can't do enough for your mother. It could be in trickles. It could be in floods. It could be in avalanches. It could be in thoughts. But you don't stop doing. I think there's a projected lecture room in law faculty. I don't know the state it is now. Many years ago, I fitted it for that faculty, where postgraduate students can come and in comfort, conditioning, public address systems, and all that. We'll do more. But let me speak for myself today, and also my class. We belong to the pioneer class. Me and wonderful gentleman here, pioneer law class. Class has been a great inspiration to all that has come after us. We're the ones who took lectures on that trees, get so thank you.
I will lend you this one. That's how we used to beat your class.
You always like to talk about soccer, but he tells the story wrongly. The pioneer law class, as a start, has pledged to give the sum of 5 million naira. And the money is ready. Mr. Chairman, well, you are part of us. You also contributed to that. We'll give it to you immediately you ask for it. Myself personally, I also said, I'm speaking for myself and my brother, Dr. Fidelis Adosawan.
who unfortunately is in the States and couldn't make this event, even though he intended to. We've said that we'll give equally 2 million for him and 2 million for me for now. But we will never stop giving. We will always give. By the grace of God, as far as God enables us, we will give. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for our number one. I would also like to invite another pace setter. Apart from being a senior advocate of Nigeria, he was also a former president of the Nigerian Bar Association. Highly respected and very committed. Let me also say that he's one of those who funded the event of today. I would like respectfully to invite Austin Alege SAN. He's also representing Prince Unduka Obayagbona.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister again, the VC and the number one of the VC. I greet you all. Firstly, let me thank everybody who has come here today and say that UNIBEN is our foundation. UNIBEN is what made us what we are today. And we can never grow bigger than UNIBEN. We must always see how we can support UNIBEN. I am surprised that our co-pioneer class people are donating 5 million. If I was the chairman of the occasion, I would have rejected that amount. You know, we call them co-pioneer because when we came into the law faculty, we came in as freshers from prelim, and they came in as old men from part one. So, but we all came in at the same time. Sometime back in this university, Prince Unduka Obayagbona contested to be the PRO of the Students' Union. I don't know what happened in that election. However, he had planned to be here today and has asked me on his behalf to announce a first donation of 10 million naira. Personally, since I am from UNIBEN, I do not see how I can make a donation. My contribution will be to do a project. So if I don't know the cost of the project, I will not be in a position to put an amount to it. But I'll work with the committee to take a project that I can donate to the university. I have those who employed me, people that pay my salary, the law firm of Alege & Co. The law firm did not attend this university, but many of the people from the law firm attended this university. And we are proud to say that even the VC was once is an alumni of Alege & Co. Not just of UNIBEN, but of Alege & Co. The firm makes an initial donation of 25 million naira. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, sir, I'll tell you very fast now. One of our young men, he heard about this thing and just dashed in, and he needs to go back. Engineer Musa, please come forward and make your donation. Please come forward. Thank you. Now, while he's coming, I didn't want to say this, but it's Alege Senior Advocate. I didn't want to say this not to stop you from donating. But it's only fair, please. It's only fair it's only fair that I mention that Austin Alege belongs to the class of 85. They have a lot of senior advocates, and they have told us and mandated and told us to announce it. They are going to sponsor and furnish a state-of-the-art auditorium for the Faculty of Law, estimated at 1 billion naira. The Faculty of 85, the class of 85, the class of 85, the class of 85. He's a member of that class, so I didn't want to stop him from giving. Yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to stand on existing protocols. Honorable Minister, good afternoon. I'm here in my capacity as a great alumni from University of Benin, and I'm also going to donate an award for my friend who's also an alumni here. His name is Prince Olatunji Olusoji. He has asked me to donate the sum of 10 million naira on behalf of himself and his foundation. And in my own capacity as Dr. Engineer Musa, I'm donating the sum of 2 million naira. We have to support the great Vice Chancellor of Benin. He's a man that is doing very well. He values friendship and he's building bridges. So we have to support him. Thank you very much.
Let me quickly announce some cards here quickly. Mr. Abraham Ibo, a donation of 500,000. Engineer Ben Anyagoye, Minders Publishing Company, a donation of 1 million. But the 1 million is in support of building students' hostel. Honorable Engineer Nusakare Isaac Osan, former member of the House of Rep, 2 million. Pastor Courage Ode for Light of Christ Community Alumni Fellowship, a donation of 2 million. Francis Osaboye, Chairman of Edo State Oil and Gas Commission, 5 million. One of our illustrious alumni, a former member, former president of the Students' Union, Senator Matthew Urugide, 3 million. A good friend of ours, he went to this university, an engineer. He sent his representative, he couldn't, he's in Canada right now. Chief Eric Ebuzele, CEO of Glatrico International Limited, 10 million. Jude, please don't go. Thank you. Jude Nosagie is the owner of the hotel across the university, Precious Palm. He's somebody who has invested so much and is donating.
Thank you. All due protocols duly observed. I needed to get up so I can stretch. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm your neighbor here, by the grace of God. Same hotel that was built by the great father that built this hotel, Your Excellency, Dr. General Osagbovu Ogbemudia. Wakbobone, Oba Atokwe. I will support this endeavor, this project with 10 million naira. Wawesi.
One of our alumni, I think, is out on the campaign trail. I know that he's a House of Rep candidate for Ego and Ikpobawaka under APC. He's the CEO of Sazi Petroleum, Sir Felix Osaze Igbinovia. He's giving us 1 million naira. Let me mention here, please. Let me mention that we have already received some contributions which I would like to mention. 2 distinguished alumni who prefer to be anonymous will construct and furnish a state-of-the-art room hostel in the university under a BOT arrangement estimated at 1 billion. Premium Trust Bank has pledged to help the university in their transportation needs and will start in the first instance by donating a coaster bus. Akim Bello Osagie, who is a member Global Advisory Council, Harvard University, and whose father, Professor Bello Osagie, was the founding provost of University of Benin College of Medicine, has pledged to help the university develop an AI education curriculum and center. Similarly, Dr. Tom Ilube, a distinguished alumni based in the UK and recognized as one of the most influential persons in the UK, has pledged a substantial sum, which he doesn't want me to disclose, to the advancement of AI education in University of Benin. JB Dauda San has offered 8 internship and placement annually for undergraduate and graduates of the University of Benin in one of the biggest laboratories in Nigeria. Engineer Pius Oyaga, a friend of the university and CEO of Python Nigeria Limited, has contributed 5 million to the trust fund. Another senior advocate who also belongs to the class of 85, Oladipo Okpeshe-Isan, has contributed 5 million to the fund. My sister, Mrs. Efe Bello Osagie, she's an alumni, and her husband, her late husband, Ja Bello Osagie, was a past president of the association and also an alumni. And on his behalf, she's donating 1 million. 2 prizes of 1 million each for the next 20 years from Dr. Otabo, an alumni, and Alliance Hospital Abuja for the best graduating student in surgery in the Faculty of Medicine and best graduating student in internal medicine. 10 million for the next 20 years, subject to review. Let me also announce that the consortium of business, agricultural, and financial institutions have indicated their willingness to partner with the Trust Fund to establish a modern abattoir with an initial investment of 2.5 billion naira to the university. Mrs. Idagbe has sent a donation of 10 million to the fund. Idagbe, yes. We have a friend, Dr. Lee Ikpia, unavoidably is absent, but he has said I should send his apologies. He is doing a substantial contribution, but he has asked that it should not be disclosed. So please put your hands together for him. Sam Kagbo San, 2 million to the fund. Engineer Dr. Austin Lazarus Asimoye donated 500,000 to the fund. Mr. Anusa Osemige, he did not attend the University of Benin, but is a friend. He has sent 500,000 to the fund. Mr. Sam Iduboy is an alumni and is sending 3 million to the fund. The CMD of UBTH, who by the grace of God is my wife, my only wife, our former dean of the Faculty of Dentistry before appointment at UBTH, has graciously pledged in conjunction with our management to contribute financially to the fund. Our husband, who is the chairman of the fund, is donating a token of 10 million to the fund. Honorable Festus Ebea, Commissioner for Public Safety, is donating 500,000 to the fund. So please, you continue. Yeah.
Thank you. Just before we carry on, the Vice Chancellor has a presentation for our Honorable Chairman, His Excellency, who has a flight to catch right away. This is just for him. Thank you so much. Please step forward, sir.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the well-established protocol. It is now my honor and privilege on behalf of the chairman of the UNIBEN Trust Development Fund and the trustees, of which I'm one of, to present this plaque, commemorative plaque, to a very distinguished Nigerian, two-time governor of Lagos State, two-time federal minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, senior advocate of Nigeria, number 2 for University of Benin. We are very proud of him in every way. Our dear brother, a big brother, Babatunde Fashola, senior advocate of Nigeria, CON. Please permit me to read what we have written here. In recognition of your invaluable contributions to the successful launch of the 100 billion University of Benin Trust Development Fund, we hereby present this plaque as a commemoration of this day. Thank you very much. I'm really very proud of you.
Thank you. We have some quick announcements to be made here by donations that have already come in. From Honorable Chief Billy Famous Osawaru, Federal House of Reps, is giving us the sum of 2 million naira. Please, let's appreciate him. This is another very, very well-known personality in this environment. He's also an alumnus of this university. We are talking of the founder of LAPO, Lift Above Poverty Organization. Dr. Godwin Egiamuso is supporting with the sum of 10 million naira. Thank you. And from Honorable Engineer Esosa Iyawe, the sum of 3 million naira. Thank you. And of course, we have here present, we thank him so much, he has been patient, President of Nigerian Medical Association, the newly elected. He is here, Professor Ifekade Ernest Omoti with the wife, and on behalf of the NMA, he's giving the sum of 1 million naira. Thank you very much, Prof. And of course, there are other donations here. A retired professor, one of our fathers in the university here, Professor Mike Obaden, Professor of Economics, giving the sum of 1 million naira. And then we have here, to support our own Vice Chancellor, to support the university that is based on Benin land, University of Benin Group, that is UBG, with, of course, the email we know is being led at this time by Professor Osunde Omorui. They are supporting this project with a sum of 10 million naira. Thank you so much. Yes, we are putting them aside. We also have a personal donation here coming from the Northeast Alumni Commission NDC personality, Mohammed A. Alkali, the sum of 2 million naira. Thank you so much. And then also, coming from to support our own minister and all, the director and head of environmental development, Ministry of Regional Development, Mr. Frederick Odika, DA, is giving the sum of 1 million naira. Thank you so much. And then, of course, we have from a man that has great stake with the university here, and they call the wife the digital PRO. But in their capacity, we're talking of our own very respected Andy Hanire Chief giving the sum of 1 million naira. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll be coming to that very quickly. We also have here, please, Ambassador, thank you so much. She flew into the country because of this program. She is a very active member in the organization of this program today. She had to fly in this morning after the delayed flight. A former ambassador representing Nigeria. She came in all the way, I believe it's from Canada again. And we're talking of Ambassador Dr. Eniola Ajayi, former commissioner in her state. She's giving the sum of 1 million naira. First installment. Thank you so much. And then, of course, we have coming here support that are showing. Don't get frightened by 1 million. Other sums are coming in. They are all part of the project. We want to thank engineer G.I. Omorigbe. Thank you for your sum of 100,000 naira. Thank you so much. And NUPA, UNIBEN branch, is setting the pace. They are also giving the sum of 150 million naira. We also appreciate the donation coming from Deacon Leo Ebagwa, the sum of 100,000 naira. From Ayobo Friday, Director, NDDC Edo State Office, thank you for your sum of 150,000 naira. And then, of course, we want to also recognize this contribution from a member of the Governing Council, Right Honorable Samson Aru Osage, who is giving the sum of 250,000 naira. And this is a live check coming from Petroleum and Energy Systems Research. UNIBEN here, they are supporting this project. I can assure you it is well written here with the sum of 5 million naira check already here. And to say, please, let us not stop. Even if, as the chairman of the board mentioned earlier today, even if it's 1,000 naira, anything is part of the cost. So we appreciate Dr. Paul Igbeneweka, who is giving the sum of 40,000, wishing this development project a great progress. We want to now invite first. Okay. We are where? Please, the representative of Lapo, that is our own Dr. Godwin Egiamuso, please step forward to receive the plaque on behalf of is it one? Anupa gave 150,000. They said no 150,000 million. No. Thank you. It's good. I think this is being recorded by NTA, Channels, Arise, and all. They gave the sum of 150,000 naira. Thank you. I beg you, may we not go court. And so we want to invite the president of the worldwide of Alumni Association, which of course is at the heart of all that has been happening. We can see there many chairmen, many secretaries that have come from Port Harcourt, from Ughelli, and not to be part of this. Your worldwide president wants to make a speech. You might want to come and stand by his side to support him.
Greatest UNIBEN. Greatest UNIBEN, are you here? Mr. Chairman, yes, I want to thank everybody that has come here today. In addition to what the branches have been donating, supporting this great initiative, and all individuals, we, the association worldwide, we have commenced, or we are commencing the construction of hostel facilities to be built at the
allotted land reserved for the alumni. We are also going to build a modern afforestation park. That is what they are in line with our dear Vice Chancellor, Transformational, who has brought this great innovation. We are building that park, which is one of his 5-point agenda in terms of the new green stuff for the country. So this is our contribution, and we're doing more. We want to do more. This is just what we are doing in this particular place. I think I'll call on the Ubana. Yes, Ubana, and okay, sir.
I am over 70. I can't stand too long.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Yes. Okay, so sorry, we have somebody that is here that is my professor. You know, you want to do something? Please go ahead. Sorry, sir.
Okay, yes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I know we are anxious to make donations, and we'll be given an opportunity to do that. It's only fair to give honor to whom honor is due. And on that note, please permit me to invite first the representative of the governor of Edo State, who will make a speech later. But for now, you will receive this honor, this plaque on behalf of the governor. After which we will invite the Honorable Minister of Education's representative, and then our big brother, who has been everything to us. I mentioned to him that we needed to brighten up the university, and be obliged in a manner that I myself was shocked, because it took only less than 2 weeks, and I saw contractors all over the place installing solar. I didn't know that it would be so quick. I'm talking of no other person than Engineer Abubakar Momo. So please, I will invite the governor first, and I'll be asking, I'll be requesting the chairman of our trust to do this honor.
We present this award of appreciation to His Excellency the Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, in recognition of your invaluable contributions to the successful launch of the 100 billion University of Benin Trust Development Fund. We are grateful, sir.
Next is the Honorable Minister of Education's representative. Please, Huntsman, that's enough. The Minister's rep, Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, here ably represented by the current Vice Chancellor of the National University of Science and Technology, Abuja, former Vice Chancellor of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, Professor Joe Aneku, my very good friend, big brother. I'll ask Chief Dr. Richard Aonarogo to do the honor of presenting this plaque to the Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Dr. Sir. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we award this plaque to the Honorable Minister for Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, CON. I will thank him for supporting us so far. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. Next, and this is not to say that in the pecking order is anything lower, He's our dear big brother, and of course, he will oblige us. I want to invite Honorable Engineer Abubakar Momo, a grassroots person who has distinguished himself both in his professions and in the politics of this country. I'll be inviting our dear brother all the way from the from Canada, a distinguished alumnus himself who has broken grounds in Canada. He's been there now for almost 40 years. And anybody who has been to Canada and understands how Nigerians are breaking grounds there will remember, will know the person known as Kingsley Jesuobo Esquire, a seasoned immigration counsel. He has saved many persons from being unfairly deported from Canada and the whole of North America. So please do this honor by presenting this plaque to the minister.
Thank you, able Vice Chancellor. Honorable Minister, permit me to read exactly from this plaque. The University of Benin and the University of Benin Trust Development Fund are presenting to you this award of appreciation. It is being presented to Engineer Abubakar Momo, FNSE, Honorable Minister of Regional Development, in recognition, sir, of your invaluable contributions. I want to emphasize the plural, please. Invaluable contributions to the successful launch of the 100 billion University of Benin Trust Development Fund. Signed this 4th day of July 2026 by the Board of Trustees, University of Benin Trust Development Fund. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, before we continue with the launch, I want to also specially invite the representative of our dear brother, Dr. Eigamusoe, who is the Chief Executive of Lift Above Poverty. We all know the wonderful organization that has lifted so many people above poverty all over the country. He happens to be also a distinguished alumnus of this university. He is here ably represented by a top executive of the Lift Above Poverty Bank, I think.
No, the president of LAPO.
The president of LAPO herself. So you will speak, mention her name so that I will not.
I'm Faith Osazuwa Ojo, the president of LAPO, and I was your student.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we'll be inviting the president of our Alumni Association Worldwide, the president of Emmanuel Oreazua Esquire, to do this honor. I was going to mention him as SAN. I think he's forthcoming. He will soon become SAN.
Thank you, my dear VC. This is prophetic. Amen to that. Mr. Chairman and guests, all protocol duly observed. On behalf of our dear VC, I present this plaque to you for your contribution. Thank you very much. Okay.
Very well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Please. Thank you, Musical. We want to now invite Professor Richard Idubo that also wants to make a donation very quickly.
Thank you very much, my dear friend. But you didn't introduce me well.
Okay.
Professor Richard Idubo, PhD.
Why
quite honestly, I am the Director of Rules and Compliance. But beyond that, I'm donating because I am the first ever autochthonous professor of law in University of Benin. And a number of my friends here who are watching from without.